What is going on, everyone? This is Mr. JameZtown, joined with the great one and our new guest, Kyle. This is the Gamers Lounge. If you're not familiar with the Gamers Lounge, what we do is we take gamers, we put them in bar stools, and we see what kind of conversations we can come up with. Just like a bar, you're going to hear some unrealistic stats. There's not going to be too many females that come by, and you're going to hear some bad jokes. So prepare for a sausage fest and some interesting topics. But pour yourself a drink. I'm too lazy to do it for you, and let's get the show started. So, welcome aboard, Kyle. This is episode 2.5, guys. 2.5. What happened last week, great one? What happened? It was your fault, right?
Yeah, says the guy who didn't have a mic working.
So, basically what had happened, as you can see, Great One's in a new setup. He recently moved, and I decided that, hey, I'm going to run the controls and use the lovely XSplit program that I've never used before, and film the show. So we did a great show. It was our best show yet. Well, up until this one. This one will be our best one yet.
That's right.
So we recorded this entire show. It was great, and no audio. I don't know what happened. It recorded no audio, so it's kind of hard to have a podcast with no audio. So this time, Great One is back in his new place. He's upgraded his internet. And now he's back doing all the controls, and I just sit here and talk.
That's right.
So tell us about your new place, Great One. So
All
you got a
right,
new
so
place. It looks nice.
Yeah, thanks. Well, first off, I'm glad where I'm at. I have a better constant connection because I have 90 down and I think it's 12 or 15 up, and I was never getting that speed. And on top of that, my Wi-Fi would never reach because it was a 2-bedroom place. And I would never get a constant connection on Wi-Fi or wired. I mean, there'd be days where I'm streaming, I'm playing, and I look at the little notification, I'm seeing drop frames. I'm like, wait. And then I would look at the modem, and it'd be all black. It wasn't because of the fact that I lost
Twitch.tv,
power.
Great1718.
That's right, twitch.tv/Great1718.
Yeah, I was actually watching your show right before you moved. And you were playing Titanfall, and I thought it was just your aim, but we can blame it on the internet connection.
This guy.
he was raging. He was raging pretty out of control. But so we have Kyle, who actually was our guest on the show last week, but it didn't work out as we mentioned. But he's actually the guy that's been doing all of the graphics that you've been seeing on our Twitter. If you're not following us on Twitter, make sure you do that. And the graphics we've been posting are actually the ones that he's made. So they're really cool, and we're trying to figure out exactly which one we're going to use, and maybe we'll put them up and you guys can vote on it. But welcome aboard, Kyle.
Thanks for having me on the show, guys. Like James said, my name's Kyle. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my channel here. I'm a gamer, obviously, because I'm on the show. I do graphics, like he obviously said. They are free, by the way, so go check those out. The main thing you're going to find on my channel is commentaries. Sorry, I got something in my throat. But I'm trying to bring different types of videos. Just try to bring in like a greater audience. So I plan on bringing some Titanfall once my capture card gets fixed, which we need to talk about that again. Piece of crap. But yeah, if you want to check out my channel, just go ahead and do it. That's youtube.com/AdvisoryNote. And yeah.
And the links will be in the descriptions too, so this way you can check out all of our Twitters, our YouTube channels, things like that. We definitely appreciate all the support. And so this is episode 2.5. Sit back, get comfy, pour yourself a drink. We'll be back in just a quick second with our first segment where, what are we going to talk about? What should we start off? Start off with some Advanced Warfare?
Yes.
Yeah.
Story of the day.
The hottest topic right now is the Advanced Warfare. So we will be back in just a second. And, before we go, we need sponsors for the show. It's free. All you have to do is kind of, hit us up. Let us know, kind of about your channel, your clan, if you're a streamer, whatever it is. And we want to take and broadcast smaller channels, just like us. We're trying to grow, and you're obviously wanting to grow as well. And let's take and kind of work together. So like I said, it's free. All you have to do is put together a little 20-30 second little kind of commercial, no intros or anything like that. And if you have any questions, just send me a message on Twitter. You can message the show. I can't talk, and we can take in. You might be seeing your commercial right after something like this.
How's it going, everybody? Great one here. Currently a student at Full Sail learning how to make video games, and this is my story. Want to find out more? Be sure to sub to me on YouTube, Mark Anthony AMA, and on Twitter, so you can catch up with the latest news. Great1718. Deuces.
What do we want to start with?
Well, since it is that month where it's the NBA playoffs, and you know what that means, Call of Duty trailer. So yes, we finally got to see the initial trailer. Well, I finally saw it 3 days later because of the fact that I moved. But Call of Duty Advanced Warfare trailer. I must say, I mean, what are your guys' inputs on it? I thought it was amazing.
Only thing I'm afraid of is that I feel like it's going to be a lot like Titanfall. Not that Titanfall is a bad game. I know you like it. I haven't played it, but I don't want it to be like Titanfall, because if I want that, I'll just buy Titanfall.
Right.
Like, I want it to be separate, I don't like it when a game tries to become like another game. I mean, of course, we've only seen a few minutes of the trailer, but this whole thing that now you can hover, you can climb up walls, you have these like exoskeletons, and the one looked like it was literally like a Titan or something. I just feel like, keep it Call of Duty and keep Titanfall. That's what I think about it.
Agreed. Well, if anybody gets the chance, check out my latest video, because I did put my thoughts and concerns regarding Advanced Warfare, and if you guys happen to take a look at the thumbnail, I think the thumbnail pretty much sums up the game. Did you guys by any chance happen to take a look at that thumbnail yet?
I saw. I clicked on it. And you know what? That's okay. Not to go off topic a little bit, but okay, what is Gazo? Gazo or whatever?
Oh, Gayazo, it's a sharing site. It allows you to take screen captures of anything you want, and it uploads to you can upload to LinkedIn, Tumblr, Facebook, Twitter. So it's really like it's really user friendly. All you do is just you download the program, and it does like a screen capture, kind of like how when we do XSplit, you just drag and drop. It automatically pulls up another window, and you can just you click on it, whatever social media you want to use, and it allows you to just upload it right to it, permitting you have those accounts logged in on your browser.
I see everybody using it, and I'm just like, is this a built-in thing with Twitter or whatnot? But anyway, so getting back to, we got off topic there, but getting back to Advanced Warfare, the trailer looks good. And it's funny, I was watching a video on that Drifter actually made, and he was saying that supposedly Ghost was supposed to run on a new engine, and he thinks now that actually it's the same engine that Black Ops 2 was on, and what we were actually seeing was actually from Sledgehammer, and that this is going to be running on the new engine, which I thought was pretty interesting. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see that video or not.
Yeah.
No.
But you remember that the thing where it was like showing the the light patterns and the shadows and things like that, and you don't really. There's definitely improvements in Ghost as far as the graphics. It's one thing they did get right, but I don't know. Maybe it was still that same engine. Maybe it was like a placebo. Like hey, now it's on a new engine. And it was non-existent.
All new COD
servers.
See, here's the thing with that. When these guys finally admitted that they were gonna go to the 3-year cycle regarding Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and Sledgehammer, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, let me see how I can word it. Sledgehammer, this is only their 2nd year. Treyarch's gonna be the first dev group, or dev team for that matter, that has the 3-year cycle. Because if you guys remember, they announced this last year. That's when they were like, oh yeah, because the rumor was also spread around how those three companies were gonna all merge and they were gonna become Call of Duty Studios. Unfortunately, that fell through. So I mean, I'm looking forward. See, here's the thing: I'm looking forward to the game, and this is me breaking it down not as a student, as a consumer. If I play the game every year, and progressively the meta game gets better, but however the connection gets worse, I'm not gonna want to buy it, because if Ghost was that, Ghost was a ghost. I mean, I hate to say it, like, Ghost was a ghost. I mean, when people play online, you can see that, one, they're not that excited. Two, the game modes required extensive patches. I mean, from Kill Confirmed, which is, we all know that's James' favorite game mode.
No, I like Domination.
Yeah,
I like Domination.
See, it's funny that you mention that, because that's another one as well that they actually fixed or tried to alleviate the camping regarding the point streak. And that's the one thing that I like what Treyarch did in Black Ops 2. I mean, a lot of people they want innovation. They want creativity. They want a new foundation, so that way people can build on that. And it sucks that Infinity Ward took too long, because the way the game plays now, with all due respect, at least on my end, in my opinion, that's the way the game should have been shipped.
Right. This is what I think Ghost did. I think they did like a plan, like a timeline of everything that they were going to do. And the problem is they started at the very end of the when they shifted, they started at the end of the timeline and then worked their way back. So they started off with all these giant maps and then moved closer to smaller maps, and they started with no points, and then they it's like they're doing everything backwards. It's literally like someone flipped the playbook upside down and they're going about it backwards. Which is a shame, because I mean, there's times that I like Ghost. I mean, I still play it, just about every night, and I don't know. There's things that I do like about it, and maybe it's just habit. Whenever I buy the next Call of Duty, I never play the old one. Like I never do.
I always revert to the older ones. Always.
You do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I started playing Modern Warfare 2, I think, when Modern Warfare 3 came out. I skipped the first Black Ops and went straight back to Modern Warfare 2.
Damn, he kept it real.
Yeah.
See, I never played Black Ops 1 either. Like, just because it was during the transition, because my brother gave me the PlayStation, and I had it for Modern Warfare 2, and then he took it back when he came back, and then by the time I actually bought one, Black Ops 1 was over.
Right, so the Treyarch's era was done. See, here's my thing with regarding Sledgehammer. Now this is me breaking it down as a student. Sledgehammer came in at the very end of MW3. So they pretty much came in in a hurry period. All right, we need your help. We need to get it done, quickly and efficiently, but at the same time, you guys need to hurry up. So it's kind of like one of those things where we want you to get it done. We don't want you to waste time, but by the way, hurry up. Yeah. So to me, that's the reason why.
Here's an interesting fact, though. Wow. Do you think maybe that when they asked Sledgehammer, to help out, do you think there was already maybe plans of them eventually starting the 3-year cycle and starting? Do you think Sledgehammer was like, hey, yeah, we'll help out so we can get a feel of kind of how, messed up Call of Duty is, and see if maybe we want to enjoy, some troubles of our own.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here's me stating a fact in which the person who I got it from won't be in trouble. I have a friend that works at Neversoft, and they were the original third group.
Yeah, that's what my girlfriend says about me.
The dum-dums. But they were the third one out of the group. It was supposed to be Neversoft, Infinity Ward, and Treyarch. Now, I don't know if it was funding or if Sledgehammer was like, no, hold up. We got this. You stay over there. We got this.
Right.
Because Neversoft's done real good work. I mean,
You gotta stop saying Neversoft. I'm not gonna be able to keep a straight face.
because Sledgehammer. To be honest with you, I would not be surprised if when Sledgehammer was brought in to finish MW3, I would not be surprised if they kind of had sabotage in mind. I mean, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but people tend to do that.
Right.
You work as a group, however, you are individuals. So
try to knock down the competition a little bit,
Yeah.
so your game could be better.
Because you figure MW3, I mean, the game had potential. I mean, hands down, the game did have potential. I like that they brought in.
Great.
I
don't know why so many people hate it. I thought it was great.
I mean, I like the fact that they introduced specialists. That was amazing. And they also brought in Kill Confirmed as well.
That's true. That is true.
So those were really, those were two very good aspects from a game itself. Now, however, here's where they kind of messed up, because a lot of people didn't realize, and this is how I found out from experience just from playing the games. They originally were testing dedicated servers on Black Ops 1. That
really?
far back.
Well, they didn't seem to test it in any of the lobbies I was in.
No joke.
Here's how I found out that they did it. I would leave a room, and I'd be in a full party, because for the most part on Black Ops, all the way up until now, I ran full parties. Whenever I would leave to do something silly. Like, let's say, for instance, I forgot, a kill streak or something. I would leave and try to come back, and there'd be no one coming back in that room. So if we had a 6-man party, it'd be down to 5, and they told me, yeah, nobody could join. That's how I knew. Because they made a real big stink about it on Black Ops 2, if you guys remember. They made the announcement, hey, we're going to be testing. If you guys so happen to jump online, it'd be great so that we can stress test it. We can actually put it to use, so that way we know what it's capable of doing. Now, on the bad side of that, removing ping or the actual, the display of it doesn't make it a dedicated server. Because if you have the 360 and the PS3, that's a hybrid server because it works when it wants to.
Mm-hmm.
But if you notice on next gen and PC, it's a full dedicated server. It has the full countdown, which is good because I like the fact how they minimize the countdown. Because if you played Titanfall, when a game is done, they give you a full 60 seconds. I'm talking like the timer. Once the match is done, it backs you out, sticks you in the lobby with whoever's in there. It gives you a full countdown, which is a good and bad thing. But if you're so used to, getting in the action, then that's where patience is key. But I don't know. I'm just hoping that Sledgehammer, they listen to what we want. Because we all know what happened with Black Ops 2. Let's face it. Black Ops 2...
If you could pick one thing that you'd want to see in Advanced Warfare, what would it be?
I would like to have the point streak, however it was in Black Ops 2, the score streak, I would like for that to come back. And here's why. Not everybody plays objective-based game modes. Let's think realistically, Lau. Let's think realistically. A lot of people are starting to play more, but the number one game mode is TDM. Now, if they rewarded people for kills, like let's say if you got a headshot, another 25, 50 points, that'd be great, as opposed to it just being 100 points. Because, Thunder, his movement with TDM 125 would have been the icing on the cake for me on Black Ops 2. Because when they did Arms Race, TDM 150 was too much. I mean, 10 kills, you got a swarm.
Yeah.
Right.
What about you, Kyle? You could pick one thing. What would it be?
One thing I want to see more than anything is a system kind of like in Cranked. I don't know if you guys played that game mode where it's like you kill somebody and it gives you a timer.
Yeah.
I'd like to see
that
implemented some way in kind of each game type, just to kind of keep people moving.
Yeah, get the campers out of the corners.
Yeah, no joke.
Well, I prepared a small list of 25 things. No, I'm just kidding.
He had a wish list.
Honestly, the one thing that, like, it would be so simple. I don't understand why they don't do this. I don't want to join a gaming session. Start off a brand new lobby. If someone leaves, replace them with the bot. And I think that would solve so many things, because it sucks getting dropped into a game. It just, because no one leaves when they're winning. You get dropped into a game, there's helicopters in the air, and you ain't got nothing to shoot them down with in this game. And, there's, all these things, sentry guns going off and IMSs, and they're up by 100 points on domination, and it's ridiculous. It's like, replace them with the bot. I can go into a private match, and I can play a whole team of bots. And so obviously they know how to make them as players. I mean, and I get freaking quick scoped by bots, or and they have the most accurate throwing knives on those.
No joke.
I mean, I can have a Bison aim down sights at a door. This guy will freaking ninja star me in the face. I don't understand it. I do not understand it.
What gets me about the bots, and I'll make this quick, I like how no matter what map I'm on, I'll get hip fired from across the map.
Yeah, I just love how they run. Like, do you watch how they run? Like, because like the gun will like move, and then they're like almost strafe running or something. It's so obvious that it's a bot, but it's a lot of fun. Like, I use that to, if I want to test out a new weapon before I spend the squad points to unlock it or something, I'll go into, a private match and stuff. But it's like the technology's there. It's like, why not incorporate that into the game so that this way I don't have to take and, run into these type of situations. Just that's just one thing that, along the list, that's one thing that would definitely, because this I'm telling you, this is make or break it for Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what scares me about it being Titanfall, because, I mean, honestly, I thought Titanfall, and we talked about this, before, but it doesn't have the same, it doesn't have the hype now that I thought. It dropped off. And if Call of Duty makes it the exact same way, I think people are going to say, okay, well, I mean, I don't have Titanfall, but let's say I have Titanfall and I have Call of Duty. And now it's just like Titanfall. I basically just spent, $60, $70 on a second edition of Titanfall.
Titanfall 2.0.
And I don't want to hover across walls and climb up like Spider-Man and crap like that. Like that's not what I mean, the cool guns, the futuristic guns, things like that. Even the whole, I guess, build the skeletons or something, or
the exoskeleton.
Okay, that seems cool. But if they start, because if they have Titans, imagine how big the maps are going to be then.
Right.
I mean, Strike Zone's going to become freaking Stonehaven.
Yeah. See, if I can add one more thing, and just one more, here's mine. I would do a combination of both. I would implement Marathon into every character, and I would remove Lightweight. Yeah,
but if you add Marathon to everybody, then it's the same.
Exactly, but you know what? Here's what it does help. It doesn't promote camping. It'll make people move. Because if you move, you're guaranteed to be fast. Here's why I say Lightweight should be gone. I've played Ghost on every console, and I do mean every console. PS3, 360, PS4, Xbox One, and my friend downloaded it on his monstrous gaming PC so that way I can play it. No matter what connection you had, no matter who was the host of the room, the camera angles are broken. Hands down.
Yeah.
I kid you not, I've looked at my kill cams where I'm facing the guy. In his view, he's facing me. On the kill cam, he's beside me, and I'm still facing in that direction.
Yeah, well, the kill cam, I mean, half of the time it's not right. The bullets don't register. I mean, nothing frustrates me more when I get shot and in the kill cam, my gun doesn't even shoot.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that pretty much explains why I lost that gunfight. I had air, he had bullets.
Yeah, it shows him shooting you, and it shows you in the running animation. Like,
yeah, in theater mode now you can't, because like, especially if when you record with the Elgato, you get that little half-second delay. Sometimes I'll watch that and I'll be like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah,
like,
it's one of those where you just have to scratch your head and just like.
Yeah. So. Yeah. I don't want it to be Titanfall. I don't want to be hovering around, I want it to be Call of Duty.
Right.
I think they need to do something different. They need to improve it. I'm not taking and saying not to do that, but I just don't want them to go into that direction. But maybe that'll just be, like the multiplayer or the campaign or something, and once the multiplayer comes out, I think we'll have a lot better kind of feel for what this game's going to be like. But regardless, even if everything sucks, on the multiplayer and everyone's bashing it, I know I'll still be there at 11 o'clock.
Everybody's going to be playing.
I'll still get it. Yeah, even if I hate it, even if I think, I'm probably not going to like this game, I don't know why, I'll probably still buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is such a good topic, guys, that we definitely need to go to a commercial break. Be right back. He's James. That's Kyle. I'm Great One. See you guys in about 30 seconds.
What's going on? Mr. JameZtown, JameZtown.com. Thank you so much for checking out the show. And if you're interested in being a sponsor, basically your ad would be going right here. And what you do is you come up with something, 15, 30 seconds, kind of tell us about you, your channel, your YouTube, your clan, whatever it is that's gaming related that you would like to share with the broadcast and the viewers. Then this is what you would do. So make a quick little video, 15 to 30 seconds max, no intros or anything like that. If you want to put your links on the video, that's fine. If you want to make cool background banners or something, kind of like a Twitch type thing where you can have all your links and stuff, that's really cool too. And just tell us about yourself, and if we pick you, then you might see your ad in a slot in something like this. So let's get back to the show. Thanks so much for watching. Thumbs up this video if you're enjoying it, and I'll catch you guys later.
All right, guys, welcome back. Episode 2.5, and so I forgot to mention something. Big news. I don't even know how I was so excited about the intro, I completely forgot about the big news. Did you see my latest tweet?
No.
Actually, I haven't.
Well, there's a true follower right there. But in his defense, he's been busy making a lot of graphics, so we won't cut him too much slack. So I want to do a contest. I want to do actually one contest, but one to you guys and one to the fans. Nothing wrong with the contest, right?
No.
As you know, like I like to give back, obviously, and even on my clan, we give back we run a contest every clan war. So if you're looking for a clan, by the way, JameZtownGaming, so here's what I was thinking. I think, okay, how many followers do you think we could get on the Game Show Twitter account by the end of the month? How many do you think? With all of us working and we're trying to work on a fourth, who we're trying to get on here if she's listening, and if we had 4 of us in 1 month and we really put our minds to it, how many do you think we could get?
I think between 50 to 75, if not higher than that.
I was gonna say higher than that.
I was gonna say maybe 100.
Okay, how many do you think we could get if we did a giveaway for the next 4 shows? Every show we gave away something.
Definitely.
You had to follow.
100 or more.
Yeah, I'd say close to. If you do one every week for the next 4 weeks, probably close to 100, 120 per week. It depends on the giveaway as well, though, which would be cool,
I was thinking 200. I think we could do 200.
I don't know. I guess it really depends on what you're giving away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what I want to do. 2 contests, remember. If we can get to, let's just put it at 200 followers. I think we can do it. We're already at 10, right?
Right.
And we really, we only did 1 episode. So if we got 4 more episodes, 4 weeks, pushing it on Twitter, I think we can do it. If we can get to 200 followers, I'll sponsor the show on Drama Alert.
Oh, okay.
It can shout us all out. So if we get to 200 followers, you'll see, as long as he'll do it. I don't know if he'll do it. I mean, we ain't trying to compete with Badcast, but, you know, I don't know.
I think
maybe
as long as the money's there, I mean,
he would do it.
Yeah.
I think he would do it because he does.
Well, he doesn't want to start any drama with me. I'll have Drama Alert 2.0. GamerZlounge Nation after him. All 10 of us. So if we can get to 200 followers by the end of the month, I'll sponsor a show for the GamerZlounge on Drama Alert. Now, to make it for the fans, every week, starting, I don't know if we'll be able to do it this week. Yeah, we'll do it this week. Well, I don't know. We got to figure out the details. This is why I wanted to bring it with you guys so we can figure it out. Every week, I want to give away a pair of Control Freaks. All they have to do is follow us on Twitter.
Oh, that's what's up.
And every week, you know, as long as they live in the United States, I ain't shipping to Australia or China or anything. I don't even know where they ship to. But if they're in the United States and they follow us on Twitter, we'll have to. How can we do a content? You know what I was thinking about doing? This is what I was thinking. We could do something where every time someone follows us, you know how it sends you like a notification?
Right.
This is what I do with my clan here. I have this container. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got raffle tickets. And I think every time someone follows us, I'll write their name down and I'll drop it in this bucket. And then every show we're gonna pull out one of these. And whoever it is, that's who gets it. We'll do it live on the show. I think that'd be cool.
That sounds like a plan. That's actually really good. I like
this
that.
This is what I do. Like my last clan wars, we gave away $34 to his kid Manuel. He actually won it. So I basically, there's different ways, you know, that you can earn tickets. I drop all the tickets in here. I pull one out, and then send them a check. So I think that's what we should do. We'll add you know, obviously we don't qualify, but you know, every time we get a new follower, I'll write it down, throw it in there. So the sooner they follow, the more chances they have. You know, because there's going to be 4 drawings. So if they follow right away, then you know, they'll have more chances. So
they'll have a better chance. I like that.
So we won't be able to do it. Maybe what I'll do is this. How are we going to start it? Because obviously we can't start it now. So we can.
Here's what I think we should do. Here's my recommendation. Since you kind of, I'm not gonna lie, you kind of took me by storm on this. That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was expecting someone to, you know, ask, oh, what is it? You know, build some drama.
Make the announcement now. We'll make the announcement now.
Okay.
We'll do a reminder next week, and then the following week we'll do the actual. We'll give ourselves more than.
Here we go. I just figured it out.
Okay.
Here's exactly what we're gonna do. During the next commercial break, we're all gonna tweet it.
Okay.
I'm gonna take and we'll let them know. Say, hey, we're gonna be giving away a pair of Control Freaks. All you have to do is follow us on Twitter. Blah blah blah. I'll write down the people that we already have.
Okay.
And the last segment of this show, then we will take and we'll pick one of those. But the only thing is, I think to make it more exciting for people, we're only gonna draw it if we get so many like retweets or something when we make that announcement.
So we need like 50 to 100 retweets.
Yeah. Or like, for example, if we're gonna do, let's say 200, we have to get to, like, once we get to 50, we draw one. How about that? And once we get to 100, we draw another one.
We draw another one.
50,
so
we draw
increments of 50 would actually make, yeah.
What do you think about that?
It sounds good, yeah.
I like that better.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
So we'll all retweet once we get to 50. If it happens during this show, if not, and if we get like 100 by next show, we'll draw both. We'll draw 2, but every 50 we'll draw one.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
And even if we get to 250, I'll give away another pair. We'll give away up to 5 pairs. I don't care.
Okay.
So I think that'll be good.
You heard it first, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna do up to 5, so be sure to follow us.
All you gotta do is follow.
That's right.
It takes half a second. Click follow, and bam. That's it. Although, what's gonna happen if someone leaves? I guess we won't. We should probably.
So what if they follow and then they leave, or if they follow and then they unfollow?
Yeah. Well, I guess if I draw out their name and I see that they left.
Yeah,
Pretty
then
dumb.
that's it. Then they're no longer
I'll have
qualified.
to
It's
draw out another one because I
right.
won't know. I
No,
won't know
yeah,
if
it's
they
kind of
left.
like when people do the giveaways on streams and whatnot. If the person's not in the room at the moment, then they're not even an option. So
Okay. Okay, cool. So that's kind of what we'll do. So I think that will, one, help us get to more followers, and then we can maybe see ourselves on Drama Alert.
Right on.
that
kinda
actually
cool.
would be interesting to see. Not gonna
That
lie.
would be
Yeah.
kind of neat, and we'll figure out some way to make sure that it shouts out all of our names. I think it'll be cool. I think it'll be cool.
You know,
So,
it's funny that you mentioned that because I thought about that. Because
Yeah.
when he brought up the pricing and how to go about doing, I was like, Because now that I'm moved, I only have 2 things I need to get, and now I can actually have money to do stuff. And that was one of the things that I did bring up to the missus. Damn you, James.
Well, I mean, like even with my clan, I always like to, because I mean, I have my channel and it makes pretty decent money, for the fact that I don't really upload, I was originally when I was, when I built my computer and things like that, and these videos still get so many views. So I figure, it's money that I'm getting every month, and why not use it to, start new channels, and hopefully those channels will grow, and, that's kind of the point. So,
Right.
but,
Yeah,
so now you can win Control Freaks, you can join my clan, and you can win a cash prize every Clan Wars on that. And then you can also take and see the Gamers Lounge on Drama Alert. I mean, tell me this ain't the best podcast ever. I mean, this is our best one yet.
Agreed. Most definitely agreed.
And we got Kyle now. I mean, come on.
Yes, he's no longer a guest. Wait. So hold on. He's no longer a guest, right? He's actually one of us.
I mean, for someone that makes 54 graphics overnight, I mean, how can you not bring him on to the show?
He's stuck with us.
That was actually in like 30 minutes, though, to be honest with you.
And like I said, I'm still trying to master Paint.
He did really good. Some of the ones on there, they didn't do it justice on the phone, so I had to pull out this big monster to look at it, and I was just like, wow, like he did really good. Like I'm definitely.
And that big monster, never soft. So, anyway, so that's kind of what we'll. Should we leave it on that? The never soft big monster. I think that would be a good. How long has this segment been? We got room for another topic, or?
We do have room for another topic.
Okay, so you had a story that you wanted to share about something. You said it was pretty epic. So take it away.
Oh, all right. So here's what happened today. Like you guys already know, I've just moved and I'm in the process of getting myself situated here. So yesterday I'm in class and the missus is texting me and she's informing me that one of the maintenance guys, he decided to pretty much pick a fight with her. Like, she explained what was going on. Here's how it broke down. My freezer it has an ice maker built into it and the ice maker wouldn't work. So, we got ice trays, we threw it in the freezer, and, obviously we got meats and whatnot to have in there to be frozen. Well, over the past 2 days, it would freeze during the day and it would thaw at night. So I'm like, damn, the food's eventually going to go bad. So, we let the front office know. They sent him yesterday. He picks an argument with her. So she gives me his description because I didn't know his name. So I see him today, and I say, hey, how's it going? I invite him in, and we go to the kitchen. I break it down to him, and I asked him. I asked him really politely. I was like, so what happened yesterday with, the missus and you? Oh, what are you talking about? Da-da-da. He started yelling, so I'm like, hold up. I said, I'm thinking in the back of my head like, dude, this is my house. What the hell are you yelling for?
Yeah.
So he almost started picking a fight with me. So he goes to step forward, and I said with all due respect, sir, you might want to step back because I'm not liable for what happens if you touch me.
Right.
Because I have renter's insurance here that covers me, not you. So yeah, he, I don't know if he wanted to fight me or whatnot, but I'm like, yo, how you picking a fight with me in my house? I said, hold up. So I broke it down to him. He tried to explain what happened with the missus. So I told him, I was like, wait, you're arguing with her, first off, which is a no-no, because You're the maintenance man. You're here to fix stuff. I mean, no offense. You're like a waiter if I'm at a restaurant. I give you my order, you go get my meal, and you bring it back.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, and I told him, I was like, wait, so you picked an argument with her. Meanwhile, she's trying to explain to you what the situation was, what she tried to do to rectify it, and you're still being rude about it. I said, look, you have one or two options. You can either listen to what I'm saying, talk to me like an adult, or you can just get the hell out. And I'll let the office know that I don't want you coming back here to do any maintenance of any kind in my place, and I will. That's it. We're done. I cancel Christmas with you. Oh, no, it doesn't have to be like that. I said, no. I said, you understand something. If you're having personal issues, if you're having, whatever the case may be, I understand that. Life does happen. You don't bring that to work.
Yep.
You have to come with a clear conscience and a positive mind to get your work done. Because what he fails to do, can actually be crucial in someone else's life. Let's say he forgets to fix an AC unit, or he forgets to put a part in there. Okay, let's say that person has a pet. They go to work the next day, AC goes out, said pet dies of heat exhaustion. All because this guy didn't want to do his job by replacing the part which needed to be done.
Yep.
So, I pretty much told him, I said, with all due respect, sir, I said, look, you can please leave. I'll call the office. I'll let them know what's going on, and I don't want you coming back in my place. Because how are you going to pick a fight? I'm not a thug by any means. This guy could have picked a fight with somebody.
I want the hair to fool you.
And, I've been part of it, and I've also witnessed it where maintenance people in other states, they've picked fights with tenants, and the tenants just flat out shot them.
Well, that's dumb. I mean, they obviously know where you live.
But it's the whole thing of if you feel threatened. The guy did approach me, and granted, he was little than me. I was like, all right.
And it is Florida, so you can, stand your ground.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's on a whole nother level here. But I'm like, I told him, I was like, and it was funny too because, I called the office. They gave me the manager of the district, because where I live, it's a pretty much a business where they own more than one complex.
Yeah. So
I happened to speak to her. She was real sweet, real polite. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. That I said, look, there's no need to apologize. I've been there, but however, I don't want to be that tenant that complains because I don't. I pay my bills on time. I keep quiet. 10 p.m. goes on.
What was he arguing about though?
He was upset at the fact that the temperature on the fridge was at 9, and it goes from 0 to 9. Okay. 9 being the coldest? 9 being the coldest, 0 being, the warmest. And when we got, we moved in on the 1st, we plug everything up, because it wasn't plugged in. We let it run. We put it on 5 so that way it gets to normal operating temperature as it's worded. Sure. And stuff in the freezer still wasn't getting cold. We had meats in there. It was thawing out. I'm like, all right, so let's crank it up to 9 for a few hours, and then let's see what happens. Still nothing. So that's when we called the office, and that's when this guy came in here, didn't even bother listening to her, just gave her his recommended settings, and pretty much told her to F off. Wow. Yeah, when she told me that, dude, he put it this way, this guy was lucky I was in class, because I probably would have let him have it. If I'd have been home, no, because I noticed as well when he started getting upset with me, my dog started growling. And by all means, my dog is very user-friendly. He gets along with everybody. But the fact that he was raising his voice... You say your dog is user-friendly? Yes, my dog is very user-friendly. There are dogs out there that aren't friendly with everybody. My dog literally gets along with everybody. He's that friendly. He's one of those dogs that you can't hide. You know how people, when they move into a place, they kind of hide the dog so they don't have to pay the deposit? Right. No, this dog is just too friendly. And mind you, he was foaming at the mouth. And he's a black dog. All you saw was white teeth. So all you saw was just canines just out. Like, he was ready to rip this guy a new one. So I was like, all right, sir. I said, you need to leave. Because the moment I unleash this dog, you're screwed. And he was like, all right, I'll let them know. I said, you don't have to worry about it. I'll call him right now. What's your name? He gave me his name. I was like, okay. literally had them on speed dial. Hit the number, call them up, and that's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. I said, look, stop apologizing. Just send someone here who's user-friendly, who can communicate and talk like a grown adult and not have a complex, if you will.
Do you ever have when people come into your place and they see like your setup and everything?
Yeah.
Are they ever like, what is all that? What is all that wires?
Well, when I started get everything situated in the old place, one of the guys asked me in Spanish. He was like, he asked me, one of the ones he asked me was, are you a musician? I was like, no. He's like, oh, could I see the mic? And I know what Blue is. I know that they're dependable.
Right.
So, and then he saw the gaming headset, so he's like, wait, you're one of those people that play online and people watch you. So he got it. I was like, yeah. He's like, is it Justin TV or because he has a son that watches streams, so I gave him my name, so his son ended up following me on Twitch, which was cool. So
right.
Every time I see every time they come to do something with the cable or anything like that, if they see my office, usually they don't even want to walk in for the first second. They just kind of look at it like,
there's too much technology in there. That's
what is all this? So
definitely agree, man. But yeah, so that's my story in a nutshell regarding maintenance.
Well, in his defense, I mean, he does have to clean shitters all day. I mean,
true, but you know what? Like I ask.
But everyone needs to come to work good. I mean, it doesn't matter. There's bad things about every job. And,
but the only thing that I wanted clarification was as to what happened.
Yeah.
I got my answer what happened because he tried to jump down my throat, and I was like, no, get out.
Can't have that.
No.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and what should we talk about next? What's going to be in the next episode?
I think Kyle should definitely bring up some of his topics.
All of it, all the gaming stuff is going to be in the next episode. So if we're going to talk about just everything gaming related, it's probably going to boil into two segments because we got a lot. So stay tuned, refill your drink, and we'll be back in just a quick second. You're gonna take us out with your famous deuces.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Deuces. You didn't say it.
What's up, guys? Mr. JameZtown here. Hopefully you're enjoying the show. If you are, please hit that thumbs up button. We really do appreciate it. We love to see all the likes and comments that you guys have been providing on our videos. And if this is the first time that you've stopped by, welcome aboard, and we'd love to have you subscribe. We do this podcast every single Wednesday, and we spread the videos out throughout the week. So hope you're enjoying the show. Let's get back into it, and I'll catch you guys later.
Welcome back, everybody. This is the Gamers Lounge. I'm Great One, and what's our next topic, guys?
Whether you guys have heard or not, but GameStop has been closing like over 100 stores lately. I haven't really seen much about it. I've just kind of seen links every now and then on my Twitter and stuff like that. But I guess what GameStop is doing is they're focusing more on digital downloads now. Kind of like the PS4 has big downloads, and I guess Xbox One does too. I just want to know you guys' thoughts on it. Really, I think it's kind of good, but then again, it's kind of bad for the people who don't have the online experience.
Mm-hmm.
So are they actually so they're closing the stores, or
they shut down a good majority of them, not all of them, but in certain states.
Because I have a friend that actually manages one, and I work with his wife, and I was asking her about it because I had seen something in which the way she made it seem was that they're just getting rid of instead of when you go to GameStop and you want to get, let's say, Call of Duty, instead of actually getting a disc, you basically would just get a code. And so instead of them physically having these games, they're just going to start selling more of the code, which
right.
I mean, you kind of have to expect that. I mean, because that's where everything's going, now to where you're physically not going to go buy the disc, anymore. So I could see why they would do something like that. I don't know. What do you think, Great One?
It's funny that you guys mentioned that because I happened to swing by there today while I was going to get my dinner there, mister. So
Random fact about Great One: if you ever want to know when he eats, it's 10 minutes before a podcast.
that's right.
So,
What better way to procrastinate? Deciding the fate of
anytime
the world.
anytime you see a
tomorrow.
message that says podcast about to start, Great One will be eating. Just so you know.
So anyway, I went to GameStop because my sub wasn't ready, and I happened to notice that Trial Fusion was on the shelf for the PS4. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, it was, I think it was $29.99 or $39.99. And I'm like, wait, I just downloaded this game 2 days ago and it was only $20. I was like, yeah, that explains why it's on the shelf. And I approached the whatever the hell her name is, the woman behind the counter. I forgot her name. I actually knew her name, but I asked her about it and she's like, oh yeah, she said thank you, because I guess she wasn't aware of it, so she's gonna bring it up to her supervisor so that way they can adjust the price. I said, yeah, the game's never gonna sell here in the store if it's a disc, first off, because discs are more prone to get stolen or scratched or whatever. A digital download, which takes minutes now, because the way they have it set up, the file's actually compressed when it gets in your console, and then your console kind of like works like WinZip and it uncompresses it. $20. I mean, and that's by far one of the most fun indie games, if you will, because if it's a big title, it's still considered an indie game. I've had a blast with it. Like, I'm looking forward to streaming it. Like, that's how much fun it is.
Do you like buying games that way though, where you just get a code? Because for me, like,
it's more
especially when you get the Call of Duty Ghost, like when it was coming out last year, the PS4 wasn't out yet.
Right.
And they were like this whole thing of you can spend $10, you'll be able to upgrade it, And my fear was like, okay, if everything's downloaded on the PS3 and if for some reason it doesn't recognize, and then now I can't get it on the PS4, I don't trust it, where if I physically have a disc, I can take it out of the PS3 and I can put it into the PS4. Or I can physically take that disc. I have proof to a GameStop. I have something that I can, in my hand. That's my fear about the whole downloading thing.
See, here's where I totally get where you're coming from, because I had a big scare when I got the notification that Sony's online was hacked.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So to this day, what I do is now I don't buy anything from the PlayStation Store. Like, when I went to download it, I noticed that I take it as a blessing, if you will. I entered my debit card information and all my stuff's up to date. The day I moved here, I updated my bank info. But for some reason, it wouldn't allow me to process the payment. So I'm like, all right, look at my account. I definitely had plenty of money in there. So I was like, all right, screw it. I went to GameStop's website. I did the purchase there. They gave me the code within 2 minutes. I entered the code and it allowed me to redeem it. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Like, it gives you the accessibility to get it at any time. Because here's the thing with the digital downloads. What I noticed that they're doing, and I think Titanfall was one of the first games that introduced this, was where they're allowing you to preload your game. So
right.
It allows you. So here's where the fact that it worked so well on the PC, it's not hard. It's a hot fix that they can do for consoles. Like with Titanfall, they had it to where you can download the game early, kind of like with Diablo Reaper of Souls. You download the game, it's already on your hard drive, and then at midnight, wherever you are in the world, it just unlocks, and then you can just go right into gaming, which does save time.
That would be cool.
Here's why I like it. Because let's say, for instance, you're playing Battlefield. Like when you play Call of Duty or Battlefield, any kind of first-person shooter, it prompts you for that install regarding optimization.
Right.
Yeah. That saves time, because if I go home, I want to jump right into multiplayer, bam, I can just, jump right into it, get online with my friends, and rock it out. I don't have to wait 10 to 15 minutes, depending on my internet connection or the bandwidth allowed, because if I'm trying to install this game, so's 50 million other people out there in the world.
Yeah,
of course, the game's going to run slow. So, there are pros and cons, but I feel that as of right now, the benefits do outweigh the risk, and that's the reason why I think they're going towards that route, if you will. I mean,
Yeah.
So going
It's
back
just
to it, Kyle.
more convenient, really, than going out because I'm 30 miles away from each town. Like I literally live in the middle of everything. It takes about 30, 40 minutes to get to the nearest GameStop. So it's more convenient to buy stuff off the marketplace than actually, waste gas or whatever and go get a physical copy.
And you don't worry about it messing up, or is that how you buy most of your games?
I usually go out and get the physical copy just because I've had problems with the marketplace before, like tweets earlier this week with the whole Xbox support thing.
Oh, I saw those. Yeah, you what happened?
I put in a year code for Xbox Live, and it said my account was like disabled, basically telling me I could not like buy anything or input any codes, and until I got it resolved. And I called them. I was on hold for like 15-20 minutes, so I decided, you know what, I think I'll just hit them up on Twitter. And it literally took them about 2 or 3 hours to respond. And I mean, it ended up fixing itself completely. All I did was restart my Xbox, and it gave me a full year. But that's not the first time I've had to create new accounts because of that. It's just, I don't know what the deal is.
Oh, I haven't had any issues like that on PlayStation, so.
Okay.
That's
so
yeah, he had to throw that one out there,
So the GameStops that are closing, are there more that are gonna be closing, or?
I'm not too sure.
Were there any that were closing in your state or like in your general area, or was it just like?
I think it's like
underpopulated or.
Yeah, like New York, stuff like that.
So places where they have like an abundance of them, where they have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Eventually, I think you'll just walk in, and you'll be like, I want to actually. Yeah, I think GameStop honestly is going to turn into Blockbuster. I mean, I think people.
Yeah.
Where once they get the kinks worked out, more and more people become comfortable doing that, and especially now that you have to pay to go online, because with PlayStation you didn't have to put in your credit card. You could just go buy a game and play it, and you could go online and everything. But now you have to pay to go online anyway. So they already have all that information. So if I can, if I've already got my profile set up and I can just click a button and I get the next Call of Duty or whatever at midnight, then that's cool. I mean, it's fun to go there, and it kind of builds the hype and stuff.
It is nice to go for the experience, because you get the woo, and you get to see the posters.
What I think's the funniest is, right at 12:01, I don't know what it is, but the entire GameStop parking lot turns into a Fast and Furious movie. I mean, you see like dads in minivans like peeling out in reverse, like
doing donuts and J turns, and
everyone's like sitting there trying to take pictures of their game and send it, and it's funny because all you do is run home and do an update. I mean,
that's pretty much it. Yeah.
But it is kind of funny watching, and it does kind of build up the hype and stuff, because I mean, there's times where I really won't be in the mood for Call of Duty or something, and then I'll watch like a YouTube video or something, and it's like, all right, I'll play some Call of Duty. It's like, I was gonna do the dishes, but hey, I'll try to work on this, so. So
all right,
that's cool, man. So what else we got in the gaming news here? What else is going on? You want to talk about COD being at the X Games?
Yeah. Well, let's bring that one up.
So as you know, it's gonna be an official like sport. Like they're gonna be able to get medals, like the same medals that people get for
that Olympians get for
BMX racing or things like that. I mean, it's gonna be, and there's been a lot of controversy, even like on Drama Alert with their podcast. Like they were having an argument, kind of, is it a sport, is it not a sport? And it's, I don't know, I could see it from both sides, and I think,
well, first off, what's your, sorry to interrupt you, what's your take on it? How do you feel about it?
For me personally, I don't think it's I don't think it's a good mesh. If
Why?
I'm watching, like when I go to the Olympics, when I watch the Olympics,
I know what you meant. I know what you meant.
I see not skateboarders, but like I see swimming, and then I see track, and I see people physically exerting themselves. It's a very common. There's not really one that I can think of like a sport that someone's not out of breath after they're done. There's a common kind of feel to it.
They're exasperated.
Where here, I'm going to see some guy do a 360 over-the-head donut type thing, 100 feet up in the air and land, and then I see a 16-year-old kid with an Xbox controller. And then it goes back to, okay, well, now this guy's going to, jump over a house with a bicycle. It just... I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it meshes well. I think, isn't there like something where I think it should be meshed with like, like chess and like, gaming. I think it's great that they're because it's definitely evolved. It's growing, but I think it should mesh with things that are more mentally challenging versus physically challenging. Keep all the physically challenging games together and keep all the mentally challenging games together. That's what I think. What do you think?
Kyle, you want to take this one, or you want me to jump in?
My thing is, I like that they're adding it to it, the X Games, that is, so the community grows. But I think it should just kind of stay as it is, really. I mean, COD Champs, it's just kind of one of those things that most people look forward to around that time because nothing really goes on. So, I think they shouldn't put it in the X Games, honestly.
All right. Well, here's how.
Yeah, I think Great One's gonna have a different side here, so this should be interesting.
All right, so here's. I was watching a few videos on that subject. I actually did a YouTube search and I looked up, and one that came across that really had me was Thunder's video, and he broke down, him. Because, he's a first responder. And the way he broke down that video, as far as... he just flat out said it. There was no, maybe they should look another route. No, it's not a sport. The whole... Because he broke down Gamma Labs, the whole, creatine, all that stuff. That's meant for a physical workout. I understand, the way he said it was, video games. I understand they're strenuous and they put a toll on you, but... What are you doing, taking these workout and energy drinks for? You're going to get, calluses from lifting this heavy thing, Yeah,
exactly.
Come on, or, the PS4 one, it doesn't belong there. You know what? After that, I definitely had a better understanding of not only the situation, but where he came from, because honestly, it doesn't. I don't agree with it that it should be there. It should be like how you said, regarding the mental thing. But it shouldn't.
Don't they have something for chess and
they
games?
They still do. They still have.
I mean, I'm not trying to say that COD is the same as chess, but
here,
it's a mental game.
Here's the thing, though. If it starts with COD, where does it end?
Yeah, exactly.
Because, Call of Duty, as far as a first-person shooter, it's breaking through. Because I don't know if you guys are aware of this, and I'm just going to make this quick and we'll go right back in the subject. They're trying to get Battlefield 4 like Call of Duty now, as far as tournaments, have people come out. And one of my friends, one of my close personal friends, was invited to go out to London when they had that tournament last year where it was United States versus the UK. That's where this all started. So if COD is going to, break down that wall, where does this end? I mean, because they're doing, what is it, League of Legends, World of Warcraft, you have StarCraft, Hearthstone. I mean, the lists go on and on regarding these games. But if COD can break through it and they have enough fan base, all those games are going to follow suit. If not, they're going to lead, they're going to lead the way. So I definitely agree with you guys on that. I
And
mean,
here's the thing though too with the COD. What really pissed me off about it is if you get a ticket to the X Games, that doesn't mean that you get to go to the MLG event. You got to buy another $100 ticket.
yeah, because it's a separate entity.
Exactly, and you can't buy just the MLG ticket. Like if you just want to go, like you have no desire to see the X Games and all you want to do is just be there, but see the MLG event, you cannot go. Because I try to buy just the ticket. You can't. You have to buy a 3-day ticket and then buy
the spectator pass for the MLG one. Yep. I saw that on the site.
I mean, I don't know. It's just, and I forget what video I was watching, but they were talking about now. I think it was T. Martin or something, but he was like, now you're going to be at like an ale house or like a sports bar or something. You're watching BMX racing. Or you're going to be watching, some type of sport or whatever, and the next thing you know, it's going to be like, all right, and up next, Optic Gaming versus Complexity or something. And it's just going to be like, hold the mozzarella sticks. What did it just say? Like,
It's funny you mentioned that because I did happen to go to the ale house with my buddies a few days ago, and we were talking about that. Like, imagine soon, because it's gonna happen, where they're gonna have UFC, boxing, and MLG. Like, they're gonna be on that.
But then you got the same thing. It's
but
not.
But listen to what I'm saying though. You have UFC, boxing, and MLG. What? Why?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
exactly. I think if they want to grow exposure, I think what would really help is because I think the reason why they're doing it is so that people are going to watch the X Games. It'll be on TV, and then they'll be like, oh, you know what? Hey, this is kind of cool, But why not just start off by making it a pay-per-view instead of, people still don't know what streaming is. They don't know what Twitch is. They don't know what MLG.TV is. Make a pay-per-view out of it. And if you want to have like a main event of maybe like a motorcycle race or maybe like a UFC kind of in between or something like that, maybe kind of throw it in there. But I think if they did a pay-per-view, and I mean if you're at Ale House and they run it on regular TV, even if they ran it on regular TV and you're sitting there and you're watching it, you're gonna be like, oh, this is kind of cool. What is this? I never realized how
it's catch your eye for sure.
Yeah, I don't understand why they don't take the TV route or the pay-per-view route versus trying to add themselves to the X Games where now it's just like people are just confused
to kind of test the waters, if you will.
But I mean, okay, let's think about this. Leave it to Call of Duty to make people confused. So I see why they did it. I mean, right?
No, definitely.
I don't know.
See, the thing is, I hope that they don't do what they're doing now, like kind of like what happened when McDonald's initially started. McDonald's expanded, they made enough money, and they made it. Then you had Starbucks who wanted to compete with McDonald's. Let's put a Starbucks across you from every McDonald's. 2 years later, what happens? They closed over 350 stores because they expanded too quickly.
I thought it was because of their new hamburger.
No.
Did you hear? No. They came out with that new burger, the MJ burger.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear about it?
I heard about it, but I didn't hear anything.
Right after
negative about it.
Right after the Michael Jackson passed away, they came out with the MJ burger. It was 50-year-old meat between 12-year-old buns.
Oh my god.
Hey, da-da-da. And on that, we're gonna go to commercial break. Let it sink in. Not literally, but we're gonna go to a commercial break. We'll be right back. This is the Gamers Lounge. I'm Mr. JameZtown, joined by the Great One and Kyle, our newest addition to the show. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you are following us on Twitter. We will be giving away Control Freaks every episode. So make sure you're doing that so you have a chance to win. The sooner you enter, the sooner you follow us, the more chances you have. We're going to be doing a raffle drawing, and we might even do it by the end of the show. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how fast it grows. So anyway, we'll be right back. See you in a minute. What's up, guys? Episode 2.5. We're back, and it's a pretty good show so far. I'll have to say, our audio is being recorded, so we are improving, which is what we promised we do every single week, and we would improve here. And of course, I'm joined with Great One and Kyle, and we actually forgot some COD news, so we wanted to go back to that and tell us what we're going to talk about, Kyle. You're the one that remembered it. We actually forgot, so.
True. Wicked Elite. It's a small clan. Well, I guess I wouldn't really say small because they're doing pretty well with like clan wars and stuff. But they're actually
pretty well. They won the battle royale.
All right. Okay.
It was actually in the Call of Duty app. Like it literally
was it?
said, congratulations to Wicked Elite for winning the entire battle royale. So,
wow.
I
didn't hear anything about that, but
yeah, if you look at the Call of Duty app and you go to like I think it's under Home or News or something, it shouted them out along with like a bunch of the other clans. Like I know Doom's got a big clan and Reddit Black and things like that. But anyway, all right, so go ahead.
Okay, but anyway, they've joined TK. I believe Wicked is their own division, kind of like how they have. The sniping division, the graphic division, stuff like that. So, I mean, they're like really a part of TK now, and all the members that were in Wicked are now. They have like the handle or whatever, the Twitter handle for TK and stuff like that. So,
which I thought was really when I saw that. I mean, now if you're a member of that clan, then you're a member of TK. That's
right.
Pretty cool. And yeah, I'm trying to figure out though, like, what the benefit. I mean, of course you get the exposure of TK. I was kind of thinking, I mean, if it could be a good spot if you're looking to maybe get picked up,
right.
by a pro team,
yes.
And let's say, you don't have, a squad or anything like that, but if you, at least get into the Wicked Elite clan, there's probably a pretty good chance that if you're like this, hidden talent, that you could be picked up, maybe by TK, or maybe they start, a third or fourth or seventh team.
Yeah,
and,
you're like a diamond in the rough, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely wouldn't hurt to have that on your resume that you were a top performer of the Wicked Elite clan. I mean, I think that would be a nice thing to have.
For sure. Going back to TK, like they're probably one of my favorite teams just because they do so much for like the community and stuff. Like we were talking last week, I think.
Yeah, about Team Kira.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which we didn't get to actually say it last week because the audio, Great One, didn't. But they raised, I think it was 13,000. I think it was what I said, 12 or 13,000. And I got to watch the video. If I can remember, I'll put the link in the description, but of them receiving the money and kind of, how grateful and stuff they were. And I mean, Chaos is just, what a great guy. I mean, he's just, that whole organization is just awesome.
Yeah, most definitely. They definitely, they're one of those, like I noticed, a lot of teams, a lot of pro teams for that matter, they do their thing, they do their sponsorships here and there, but no, this guy actually gave back. Like, that's paying it forward,
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, that was. But another thing that a lot of people may be asking this, and I just saw it on Twitter. So there's no monetary gains from either side by the two teams joining. So Wicked Elite doesn't get any, from what I've read, they don't get any type of like kickbacks or percentages of any things that's any money that TK would make. They're still like kind of two separate divisions. They're just operating as kind of their own thing, but under like the umbrella of Team
right.
K of TK. So, which I was like, well, maybe they're gonna do tournaments and things like that where they would receive money or. But no, nothing like that. But I was pretty. I mean, to win the battle royale, that's. I mean, to be the top, like that's good, man. Shout outs to them. That's
no kidding.
which
They pushed it to every clan war. That's all I saw on my
Yeah.
Twitter feed was just stuff from Wicked Shrapnel and stuff like that. So
yeah, I mean what do you guys think of the battle royale? Do you play COD, Kyle? I forgot to ask you.
I haven't in like a month or so. I just kind of got bored of Ghosts. So
Yeah, the thing I don't like about this whole clan thing, I mean, they keep changing it. Like, there's this division, now they have Diamond Division, now there's Battle Royale Division, it's like, okay, it's too confusing. Like,
Yeah,
if they wanted to incorporate this Diamond Division and Battle Royale and stuff, make it in the beginning, so this way it's like consistent. And now, and this was something that was interesting too. Like, let's say you're in a Diamond Division clan, and you don't want to play just those 3 days. You want to play the 5 days, and in case you have people that play in the morning, and people at night, and you want to go back to the regular clan, you're not guaranteed to go back into platinum, which would be the top. You have to win twice for platinum to get put into diamond, but when you go back, you could go back as a bronze or a silver if you're not like an active clan. And you'd have to build yourself back up just to go back into diamond.
Yeah, you're not grandfathered in, if you will.
Yeah, which I was kind of like, well, you should at least go back to platinum.
Yeah.
But, I mean, half of the time when I do clan wars, like my last clan wars, I think only 3 of the 8 even did anything. Like, half of them didn't even score a point.
wow,
That sucks.
So, yeah. It kind of doesn't it's better for me. We get the XP. We almost got the red clan tags now. JameZtownGaming, if you're looking to join a clan. But yeah, so that was kind of... Anyway, all right, so back to TK. Any other thoughts on that, or...
GG, my friend, GG.
Yeah.
Nothing left to say about them. See, I'm hoping that what they've started, that other teams will follow suit, not only to gain exposure, but if it's how like when you initially build yourself up as a player, as a work or whatever, to get known out there, you do community service, you give back, you do like meet and greet, stuff like that. But if this could be the start of a trend of things to come, then the gaming division as a whole will definitely have a better, they'll leave a much more grand of a legacy behind to be remembered other than just gaming. It's like, all right, I started this organization or this youth club or, whatever it could be, to do that definitely says something not only amongst the players involved, but as well as the organization as a whole. I mean, that's just my input on it.
Imagine if, like, you went to a library or something and it said, like, they always put, like, a person's name across the... If it said, like, Team Caliber Library or something like...
Yeah, like, that'd be cool,
Yeah, I think they have the nice thing, the power, like Boogie says, through the power of the internet and the power of YouTube, it's like the amount of effort that he put into making that video was really not much more than what he does every day,
Right.
And to take that little bit of effort, but then give that, that little thing to so many people makes it so much more powerful, I mean, if I was to make the same video having a lot less subscribers, it wouldn't have the same of effect, wouldn't have got the same amount of attention, but here, people that have this many followers can take a small, for them, 10 minutes out of their day, but then have a huge, impact on somebody else, so I think it's, I really do hope that other teams, not that they should do it, but just to be like, what, we really appreciate what you've done, for us to grow. And how many, you don't really get to track it, but how many new subscribers and stuff did he get, and how many, people now are going to watch his videos and stuff because of what he did? I mean, how can you not be a TK fan after, everything that he's done, that,
right.
True.
I think, so I think there is, there's gains, from it as well, not just, from the monetary side. So, all right, I think we beat the TK horse to death there. What other topics we got? Any other gaming news we forgot?
All right. I have one for you guys, and
Okay.
it's kind of like a two-parter, so I'll try to make this as short as possible.
We're gonna make that your intro.
This is from this is coming from IGN, and I'll definitely make sure to put the link in the description. So apparently, Destiny, or Activision for that matter, let's start off with them. Activision is investing $500 million. Yes, you heard it right. $500 million.
$500 million.
Yeah, $500 million. They're investing that into Destiny. And how do you guys feel about that? You think that's too much money? You think it's gonna be? You think it's risky? You think the pros are outweighing the risks on this one? And what's your take on that?
Okay, I only play COD, so Destiny is not out yet, right?
No, it's expected to drop in November.
Okay, so this isn't a sequel. This is the first one they're spending
yes,
this much.
Bungie, the original developers that created Halo.
Okay, is this the one that had like the aliens climbing up the wall or something?
No, that's Evolve. Evolve is
Wasn't there something with aliens? What's Destiny? I remember seeing a piece of the trailer when the PS4 was coming out.
I'll definitely put that link in the description as well. But Destiny is supposed to be how Titanfall is to Call of Duty, how they're supposed to be, they're supposed to butt heads, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Destiny is supposed to be the Pepsi to Halo being Coke. So, they're going to be competing with it.
But wasn't there like a guy with a backpack or something, and there was like they were trying to crawl over a wall or something? What was that trailer?
I don't remember.
I'm gonna have to watch the trailer.
Yeah, you'll have to watch the trailer. But I mean, $500 million is a lot for a game. Like,
right?
I mean, is it though? I mean, what? I don't know what the going market is for.
Let's put it this way. When COD 4 came out, and this is from an actual newspaper article. Yeah, whoa, throwback. Newspaper article. It was
Kyle. That's a newspaper article. Is this thing where words are written on paper, and you used to get them in these little metal boxes.
You get it delivered to your door.
There.
Anyway,
and okay.
COD 4's budget was $2.5 million.
Dang.
That was their budget. $500 million in a game. Like, if you're going to invest on that, then they're going to have to be how when MW3 dropped, when Battlefield 3 dropped, when CSGO dropped, when, all these major titles, when it was all said and done, if they don't make that money back within a week's time, Destiny is going to be a failure. Because granted, the game, it does look like fun. I mean, the trailers look nice. And if you guys don't know, if you pre-order the game now.
When does it come out?
It comes out November. I want to say November 4th, but don't quote me on that. It's during the week of the next Call of Duty.
I was going to say Advanced Warfare comes out on the 4th.
It's during that week. If it's not the 4th, it should be the week after. But the way that they're setting it up is, they're going to... See, I'm kind of waiting to see what IGN rates, because sometimes they are biased, but sometimes when they actually do in depth on the game, they're actually really well done. But to invest that much money in it, I mean, they're gonna have a multiplayer, they're gonna have a campaign, they're already talking about DLC. The way games are now, that they'll always have microtransactions, because I'm sorry, microtransactions, yes, they are petty to an extent. But microtransactions is what sells a game. I mean, let's think about it. Black Ops 2 is going to be 2 years old soon. They're still getting microtransactions.
Yep. They just released that DLC
They just released another DLC in which it is silly, because some of the skins and the guns, but if they keep doing that, there's no reason for them to stop it, because they know people are going to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's what takes me to the next part of my story, because we've been talking about competitive. You know, we've been talking about Call of Duty and all this other stuff. And at initial release date, they're not going to really have support for competitive. But if the game is that fun, you know it's inevitable. You know it's going to happen. Games usually drop in November. That January patch is so damn huge that it locks up servers when they try to download it. So I expect around, I want to say the December, early January timeframe is where we're going to see this massive update, wonder what it's about, and I guarantee you, I mean, you can quote me on this, they're going to do such a massive update, and it's going to be all, you know, codcasters, if you will. They're going to have that kind of feature implemented. I'm pretty sure they're going to have, because the new consoles, I don't know why they removed theater mode, because theater mode isn't what breaks games. Netcode is what breaks games.
Well, the reason why they said they removed theater mode for Ghost was because that was the main reason of the lag.
It's not.
No. Because they didn't want to see all the flaws and people could report it.
Here's how we shut them down. Every PC Call of Duty game that had theater mode, nobody had problems with it. I have Black Ops 2 for the PC. It runs fine. No problems. MW2 on PC, granted, it was modded to crap, and then they finally did one of those massive patches where they just shut everybody down. There was little to no problems. Why can't they implement that on the console? I know why. Do you guys know why?
Why?
Because at the time, the technology on the consoles was outdated. Now, with the new consoles, you know, because if you remember the 360 and the PS3 only had 512 megabytes of RAM. 360 only had 1. Now, with the new consoles, it's 8 gigs.
Yeah, I was going to say 8 gigs.
Yeah, which would be more than enough.
True.
And as well as...
Speaking of something with the update, because you were talking about the updates, when the HDCP update went through and it removed, you know, off of the PS4, I don't know if you have tried this, but before I used to be able to hold the share button, and it would record my last 15 minutes of gameplay. I tried to do that, and when I hit the share button, the option was gone. It's like it wasn't constantly
gone, as in like it didn't work, or gone like
no,
as
the
it was
setting
disabled?
wasn't available. Like it wasn't even on the menu. Like it used to say there was like if you hit it was like short duration or long duration,
right?
You know, depending on what settings and stuff you wanted. None of them. I don't think it records anymore. I mean, unless I just couldn't find it. I mean, I was looking for the option because I forget what was happening in a game, and I wanted to record it. And oh, that's what it was. I guess now you can do these group chats or something, and somebody started a message, and I was in it, and there was like, I don't know, 25, 30 people in it or something. And every time it was this guy saying, you know, if you want to join my clan or something like that. But every time someone responded to it, it sent a notification on my screen, to the point where about every 3-4 seconds, it was like, so-and-so sent a message, so-and-so sent a message, so-and-so. And I'm like, who are all these people? I don't even know who these people are. And so I wanted to record it. Because I was like, I was like, you know what? I'm going to ban every single one of these guys. I mean, I thought if something was wrong, to the point where it's like, I'm going to record it. I'm going to ban each one of them. I'm going to then make a YouTube video about it. I'm then going to contact each of them, laughing at them, telling them that I banned them. Like, I was... And then come to find out, it wasn't even... I was about to pull Wings of Redemption and just start banning everyone. But it turned out that it was just this group message, and I had to go in and delete the message because it was like straight up... In one game, I got literally almost 100 notifications. I mean, it was ridiculous. But so then when I went to record it, I think the option's gone. But I haven't really heard anybody talking about it, unless I just didn't see the settings. But I literally went into options. I went into, you know, share settings, and you could take the screenshot, or you could start the game. Like you could say, okay, I want it to start right now, but it was not constantly recording my last 15 minutes, which was a big benefit. Like if you play a game and now you have like some awesome game and you want to record it, I used to just be able to hold down the share button and it saved that 15 minutes, which then I could record off the Elgato or whatever. Now I don't think you could do it. So I'll do an update on it next week. I'll try to see, but I'm almost positive. And if you turn on your PlayStation, next time you have the PlayStation on, try to look for that setting. I don't think it's there unless they update it again. I don't know.
Huh.
So
interesting.
Yeah. All the neat things you learn about on this podcast, which is why you should subscribe to our channel, and you can win some Control Freaks. I mean, how easy is that?
Who doesn't want free stuff?
Yeah, exactly. Follow us on Twitter. It's all you have to do.
I could use some free Control Freaks, and we're not even we're disqualified from it. So somebody should definitely take advantage of these Control Freaks. Do it now.
I love Control Freaks.
Yeah, I love them.
I've yet to use them, but I do plan on getting some. So
my God, once you use them, you cannot go back. Like when I go to my parents' house, they have a PS3, and for like Christmas or whatever, and we usually play Ghost or whatever with my brother, and but they don't have them. It's like night and day. Like it's so, I don't know what it is, but let me grab my controller. So see, it's just that.
Yeah.
Just this right here. But it has a grip, at least the ones that I have. See, it has this grip.
Yeah.
It makes it so much easier, especially like if you're drinking or something and you get, like the condensation from the glass and stuff, you don't have to worry about it. Like they're amazing. I love them.
Kind of like Squid Grip if you ever use that.
Yeah. They're really good.
Yeah.
My friend.
That's why we're giving away a pair every single show. So make sure you follow us on Twitter, and we're gonna be doing a raffle drawing. One of these tickets will be yours. So all you have to do is follow us. We'll add you to the pile, and good luck to everyone. So how much time we got left? We got time for something else, or
we have time for one more topic. So let it fly.
Okay. You got anything else? I was going to talk about the Black Ops 2 DLC. You think it's... I mean, they say there's more people on Black Ops 2 than Ghost. And
that actually does hold true. I mean...
What do you think about them releasing it so late? Like, have they been releasing stuff? Like, it seemed like what I took it from was like, we're going to release a DLC on a game that's almost 2 years old just to slap Ghost in the face. Like,
see, here's what really gets me. I mean, Kyle, you're more than welcome to chime in.
All right.
Activision is the umbrella, if you will. Everybody falls under, so they're the top of the hierarchy. You have all these development companies underneath, and what I want to know is, because this is by far a first. Whenever, it's just like when COD 4 came out. Modern Warfare 2 dropped. Okay, COD 4, they would offer limited support, and I say that limited support. And then when World at War dropped, it was the same thing. And then when Black Ops dropped, it followed suit. So what I want to know is, how much money did Treyarch, and obviously I'm saying this because it's Black Ops 2, how much money did they fan out, or what kind of agreement did they have in their contract to permit them to allow them to do that? Because let's face it, Ghost is a good game. It has amazing potential, but because of the fact that they're more focused on pro teams and competitive gaming, everyone else kind of took the short straw. They drew the short straw, if so to speak. And for Black Ops 2 to still be getting, because they had a massive patch, I want to say maybe a month or two ago. Yeah, right about a month or two ago, where they put a massive ban hammer down. Only reason why I know is because, I follow Charlie Intel, and he posted the whole breakdown on what the patch had. And to see that it wasn't just a hotfix, that they're still supporting this game. That shows you that a lot of people are so disinterested in Ghosts. I mean, I jumped on Black Ops 2 the other day. It was right around 89,000 people, and this is on a 360. I jumped on 360 Ghosts. I want to say it was, 40 to 50,000. Mind you, Black Ops 2 at this time last year had over 375,000 people still playing.
Yeah.
That
you made me think of two topics, right? So they released this. Obviously, the game's been out for a little over a year. What do you think would happen if they released like a new map or something in Modern Warfare 2?
If they were to do that right now?
Like, let's say they were to take and, I don't know, just do something in Modern Warfare 2 that would, just to have people like, what? Like, Or imagine if they were like, I don't know, I'm just thinking like how funny it would be, because a lot of people are like, oh my God, they're releasing a DLC pack, in Black Ops 2. But imagine if like they did something like that to Modern Warfare 2 or COD 4, I think it'd be. And another thing that made me think of this is when you were talking about or just what if this whole like hovering thing or climbing up walls or things like that, instead of like trying to incorporate it into a game and you don't know how people are going to react, what if you introduced it and said, okay, we want to maybe have the player be able to climb walls, so we're going to do a patch on Modern Warfare 2 or Black Ops 2 that allows the players to be able to do that, because you already have a game that people are playing. You can see how it takes, and if it works well, if people accept it well, and then if it does, play out well, put it into a new game, versus saying, okay, the next Call of Duty, you're going to be able to climb on walls and hover, and people are like, I don't want to do that, and you've invested all this time and money in something that you don't have an audience to test it on. Where if they, you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea, though.
Because you have an audience. Like, if you bring up that feature, you can test it. I think what they should do with these new games, too, is have a beta. Have one map, have a few guns, and learn and use that information to fix it before it comes out and it messes up.
See, and this is from experience when they released COD 4. COD 4, I don't know if you guys originally know this, but when the beta came out for COD 4, I was overseas. So unfortunately, I did get to play it, but I didn't get to play it as much as I would have liked to.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say maybe 2 hours out of it. I got a chance to play it. They gave us 4 maps, from what I recall, and I thought it was like, wow. However, if you're, here in the States and you can actually play it, a lot of people, they, instead of giving constructive criticism, they kind of bashed it, and that was it. It was like, all right, the hell with it, we're done, we're sorry, and we'll never do it again. I think this time around, because I've been playing betas for the last month. I mean, I have so many NDAs right now, I can't even talk about them. Like, it's that serious. If they were to reintroduce that now with next gen, it would be good, but however, somebody would slip and let it leak. So it would be a good thing, because I'm sorry, if regardless if it's good publicity or bad publicity, in my eyes, it's still good publicity. Why? Because your name's still being put out there.
Yeah, but think about it. If you can't, let's just say hovering feature, okay?
Right.
You don't know how that's going to interact with the COD community.
Right.
So test it on an older game first. You have people to use it, and then let's just say it's completely horrible. Let's say it's worse than, an unnerfed IED, okay? And it's just
that's pretty
ridiculous. Bad. But if that's the case, then you could be like, yeah, you know what? we were just trying to be funny and let you climb up walls on Modern Warfare 2. We thought, we thought it'd be funny to be able to, hover from one building to the other in high rise. We thought it, or whatever. And then you don't have to, you don't look like, putting your eggs in this basket, because let's say they incorporate this hovering feature and it's like horrible. Now this is what the game, they can't just like take it out. I mean, that's a mechanic in the game. Right. But if they could test it on an old game, and if people hate it, you already had the game. Like, I would test out, if I could go into a game, Modern Warfare 2, and hover around and do double backflips off ledges or whatever, okay, I would try that. But if I buy a new game and then I don't like that feature, now I just spent $60 on a feature I don't even like.
Therein lies the problem.
Use it as a platform. You have a test audience. See, you have real life conditions.
It's funny that you mentioned that, because you remember the Phase 5 challenge that they dropped last month.
What's that?
What Phase was doing,
I obviously don't remember.
They were recruiting 5 people, regardless of who it is. If you send in, a montage or even a live stream, because the only reason why I know is because the Mark of J, he constantly was doing streams on it because he wanted to apply for it. And the way they broke it down was, regardless if it's sniping or not, if you show us top-notch feeds, we will fly you out, we will prep you, we'll make you guys a team, and you will be our next sniping team. So what he did, he kind of did a troll with it, because it was on Black Ops 2, but he did it on Ghosts. So he had GF5 as his clan tag, and I mean, he was just doing all kinds of crazy shit. That's the reason why I kind of stayed away from Black Ops 2, and when I did, I streamed.
I'm talking about testing a mechanic, though.
Yeah, like, but it's semantics if you look at it. You're still testing out a new theory. And whether or not it blows up in your face is one, because it would be nice for them to do that, but that's no different than them doing what they did now. Because either people are truly going to enjoy it, or they're just going to dread it. But I think...
But wouldn't, like, especially like you, okay, let's say, because you want to work for a video game industry, right? And let's say you say, okay, you know what? I think for Call of Duty, this would be a really neat feature. Okay, and you go and you sell it, and they're going to base that next game on your feature.
Here's where I can see it being a problem. When a game is made and it's done in production, there's certain limits that they have based on the rigging of the character, the topology of the character, and the environment. Because it's kind of like when you play a video game, and let's say, for instance, you're playing Dead Space, or let's say you're playing Call of Duty. All right, you go to a painting, you look at the painting front out, it looks like it's extended from the wall, but when you go to the side to it and you look at it, it's completely flushed. Right?
Okay.
You follow me so far?
Yeah.
For them to incorporate such a drastic feature, and this is not me being, playing devil's advocate, this is me stating the realism of it. That would have to be a hidden feature that would have already had to be implemented into the game engine.
Well, I'm not saying it's going to be cheap.
No, I mean, I'm just saying,
if you got $500 billion to invest into a game,
your idea would be awesome, but for them to do it, that would have been something that they would have had to have already implemented. Kind of like when you buy a game. Like, let's say, all right, we bought Ghost, whatever, and the Maverick and the Ripper came out. They call it DLC. However, it's something that's already in the game. You just have to unlock it. The patch that you download unlocks that.
Okay.
So that
what if they made like a separate game mode with that?
That would be awesome. That would be awesome, but it would take a lot.
Then it could be, where they could incorporate, they could test that feature, make it fully separate. I'm just trying to say that.
What's good though? These ideas
of coming out with a new game,
right?
To take and test it on something where you already have an audience,
yeah.
And this way, if it's a complete failure, you don't have a bunch of pissed off people.
Exactly, yeah. You know what? That's a good point, because you know what? Eventually, I do want to make my own game one day, and you know what? I will definitely implement that in it. So thank you for that idea.
And if you ever do that, you better say my name. Better be somewhere.
You'll be there. You'll be there right next to me, game testing and giving me helping me out.
No, I want it to be on one of the buildings. I want it to be like GamerZlounge or something. Could you imagine like the call out? You know, he's in the studio.
He's in the GamerZlounge.
What do you think about it, Kyle? What's your quiet over there?
I do agree with you that they need to, because with Modern Warfare 2, you know, a lot of people liked it because it was a pretty simple game, and if you add something like that, most critics are gonna definitely go back. You know, a lot of people love Modern Warfare 2, so.
Could you imagine if they had a DLC right now for MW2? Yo, Ghost would be
I think it would be hilarious. I think
Ghost would be a ghost town.
I think it would be just
patch.
I mean, I would do it if I was a developer just to be funny. Like,
if they were to patch One Man Army noob tubes,
yeah,
and
that would have been a pretty funny April Fool's joke. Like,
for them to patch that? Oh hell yeah!
Like what they did.
Did you see what they did for Ghost on?
Yes, that was hilarious. But just imagine if like you're flipping through your classes and then all of a sudden, or you're trying to pick out your perks or something like that, and all of a sudden you see One Man Army for like a day, or like every gun. Imagine this: what if every gun was automatically attached with a grenade launcher?
Guns that, oh my god, could you imagine
like
in Black Ops
assault
1?
Rifle, just for the day, every assault
my
rifle
God.
had, and every time you picked up a scav pack, it like, or every time you reloaded, it gave you another 2 or something. Like, just imagine, like, just for the day.
Or
how
it just
funny that
shot
would
the
be.
grenades, like no bullets, just.
Oh yeah, it just randomly would fire a grenade.
Oh
Like
my
you
God.
couldn't control
the
it. It would just
G11 in
randomly-
Black Ops 1 with a noob tube would have been amazing, which I happened to pick up one day in a modded lobby.
But just imagine if your gun would just randomly shoot off a noob tube. Like you couldn't control it. Like you would just be, and instead of killing them, it just like flew them to the other side of the map or something. They did like cartwheels or something. Like I think it'd be hilarious. I mean, I'm sure that would take a lot to code, but
Yeah, it would be nice though. Agreed.
All right, on that, I think we're gonna end this segment here, and I want to play some Modern Warfare 2 now. I might try to stream that. I don't know. All right, guys. Well, I'm Mr.JameZtown. Kyle, great one. We'll be right back in just a second. Make sure you're following us on Twitter. Remember, we are giving away control freaks, and you want to subscribe to us anyway and show your support. We definitely appreciate it, and we need sponsors, so make us a quick little video. Send it to me. If you have any questions on how to do anything, you can go to thegamerslounge.com. All the information will be there for you. So we'll be right back. Refill your drink, and we'll see you in a second.
Hey guys, Mr.JameZtown here, and I just want to let you guys know JameZtownGaming, my clan, is recruiting. So if you're looking for a new Call of Duty Ghost clan, if you're in a clan and they're not very active, they don't play the clan wars, or you're just looking for something new, then definitely make sure you check us out. We do a cash giveaway during clan wars, so you got a chance you could win some money. And but we are super active, and you must be active if you're going to take and join our clan. So if you want to apply, you just do it through the Call of Duty app. Just search JameZtownGaming, or you can send me a link on Twitter. You can just go to twitter.com/JameZtownGaming, and you can send me a message that way too with your gamer tag. We don't care if you're on Xbox or PlayStation. We just don't want you to be a douche. So if you meet that requirement and you're active, well, then apply.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Gamers Lounge. I am one of your 3 hosts, the great one, and we are here with Kyle and James. All right, our next topic, JameZtown. Well, his name's James. Anyway, we're back with the
Smack the gravy out your biscuit.
But I'm dumb. That's got to be a big biscuit. Anyway, all right, are we gonna go right back into UMG, or are we gonna go right into our next topic? Because UMG was actually really good.
Since we're talking about COD, let's might as well get Niagara out of the way. Okay. I didn't watch it at all, so that's pretty much my recap.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
You know what? That makes 3 peas in a pod, because
thank God for Twitter. It's pretty much all.
No joke.
That's pretty much. If there wasn't a Twitter, I wouldn't have even known that. A complexity one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Although there was you being an Optic fan. Kyle, are you an Optic fan?
I was considered an Optic fanboy at one point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Well, I'm independent. I'm an independent gamer. I have no loyalty to a team. But I thought there was Nadeshot did an interesting video about Optic Nation actually placed higher than Optic Gaming.
Optic Gaming. Yep.
Wow.
And a lot of people thought there was, going to be some, some drama, some bad
animosity.
blood.
Yeah.
And Drama Alert, he tried. I have to give him. He started something saying that Scumpy and Clayster got into a fight or something like that.
Knowing that it never happened. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But he was like, look, there's no bad blood. Like he was proud that they placed so well, and because it's about building the brand. So either team that wins, it still promotes Optic.
Yeah, it's like one hand washes the other, and both wash the face. So.
Yeah. So, did you watch any of the streams or?
I watched about 5 minutes, to be honest with you, and that was during one of my breaks because between class, moving, and my project for last month, I honestly didn't have time to watch the event. It
seemed like there was a lot of issues with transportation because, what is it, Crimsix or who was the one that did their passport was not valid.
I think it was Crimsic.
Yeah, his passport was invalid, and so he had to get another one. And then Optic, their limo broke down, so they couldn't make the airport. So then they had to wait, and catch another flight. It was 9 hours later, and they were given. Did you see that video of them running through the airport and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty funny when he was when Embos took the GoPro. And that lady's like, "What is that?" And he's like, "Oh, it's a wide lens GoPro."
It kind of reminds me of. You remember seeing the original Home Alone?
Yes.
Where they're running through the airport, and you have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have Kevin, and he's always falling behind, and it's like, well, in the second one anyway, he was falling behind because of the whole battery thing. But I was just like. Why? It was cool that they document that stuff, but at the same time, it's like...
It was funny. Scump's like, I don't care, I got cookies and Red Bull.
Yeah, he's good.
He's like, yeah, I'm fine. But yeah, it was fun watching them. It was a good video. It was funny. But when he was interviewing that lady right in the middle of the airport about how she liked the airport, and funny thing was she actually worked there for 15 years or something. It was, I don't know, I thought it was pretty funny. So, but it looks like Complexity won. Man, they are really taking home the tournaments.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Speaking of Complexity, Evil Geniuses bought the team. I believe it's the same four that won Niagara, and
they'll stay together. Just now have a different owner.
Yeah.
Huh.
With more money.
Well, at least you buy the team that's on top right now.
Yep.
No joke. Oh, and did you see the tweet that Aches put out? About how the competition needs to be better for the X Games, basically just trash talking.
Oh wow!
The rest, he was like,
the other teams need to step up.
Yeah, he was like, we did not practice at all from champs to Niagara, and we still won. And at the end, he's like, please step up the competition for the X Games or something like that.
Wow!
And it was just a huge diss to every other team.
I'm surprised that didn't make Drama Alert.
I've been behind on Drama Alert, so I haven't seen it.
I mean, I didn't even see that or anyone talking about that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, there was I thought it was interesting that not to bring up T-Martin again. I know we brought him up, last episode, but man, that guy is definitely dedicated to YouTube. Did you hear what he did during Niagara? So
his videos, the amount of videos he had pre-made or whatnot, or
no. So the trailer obviously got leaked for Advanced Warfare. It was supposed to come out Sunday and it ended up coming out.
Oh yeah, I did hear about this.
Friday night, right? So everyone's traveling, and they're not obviously home. And I'm sure he had something planned, for Sunday, But anyway, so he's at the airport, and the Advanced Warfare trailer's leaked, and he obviously wants to make a video about it. So he tries to make the video in the airport, and he can't. So he goes and rents a hotel room just to make the video so that the audio quality and stuff was good.
I saw that tweet. He tweeted.
Now that is some dedication
no
right
joke.
there. I mean, to rent a room just to make sure that the audio and stuff was.
He said he rented it for like 2 hours, I think.
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
something
it was
like
like 2 to 3 hours, something like that. I remember seeing
just
that
enough
tweet
to
now.
get the video out. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, not so much like, I mean, obviously he's got the money to do it,
Mhm.
but the fact that he did that, I mean, you
Right.
know, I mean that's some dedication. That's why I like Team Art, man.
See, what really gets me with stuff like that, with newer smartphones, particularly Samsung, like when I had the S2, I believe, they provided you the hotspot on there, which allowed you to, essentially create internet. I'm surprised he doesn't have, like, Verizon does it, Sprint does it, as well as AT&T, where you can get a little device and it generates its own internet connection, and he can use it anywhere.
I don't think it was so much that, because he actually had like clips of the trailer.
Yeah.
And you can't edit that kind of thing on a smartphone. And
No, but you can use
audio.
that to upload it though.
Yeah, but the audio, he's in the middle of an airport. Like, he's going to be like, oh, let's talk about advanced warfare. Mommy, I want to go to Disney World. I mean, it's, I mean, I could see there's not really like a lot of quiet places in an airport,
Right.
So, I don't know. I just thought it was cool that he actually did that. I thought that was really cool of him. It's kind of what you expect, though, from
From
Team
him?
Art.
Yeah.
He's just amazing. He's honestly the only reason why I like Team Envious. Like, because I know he's a part of it, and he's, always talking about it, and I don't know, I root for him just because I know he is. So, all right, so let's move away from COD. What else we got on the drawing board for the gaming? Since the only one I play is COD, I really don't have much to say, but I'll chime in.
All right. Well, a few days ago, I saw a leaked picture, and it ended up being confirmed that their Nintendo they're actually bringing back the original Nintendo.
Really?
Yes, and if you are definitely as old as I am, you'll definitely remember that the original Nintendo was the size of a shoebox. It had a little trap door in which you plug the game in, you push it in, you push down, and the little trap door goes down. So to see them actually bring it back,
I played the hell out of my Nintendo.
yeah, like I played mine to the point where, like, let's say this is the game, I had to blow on the game so that way it would work, and you had to like move it a little bit in the little holster so that way it worked. So to see them actually, reintroduce that, I'm hoping this is not Nintendo's way of trying to, get back into it, because I know that they're gonna do an HD version of a console soon, because it's gonna happen. The Wii U is only doing so well. The Wii, I don't know if you guys know, they've stopped supporting online support for it. So if you have Netflix and stuff like that, or if you play games online with it, they totally just put a block on it. No, they're no longer supporting it anymore. So the Wii U is definitely their flagship right now. So to see them bring this back, it's gonna help, but I think it may also hurt them, because let's say they make 500 million units. Let's say they only sell a fifth of that, so 100 million units, because a lot of older people they'll truly appreciate it, but the newer people I don't want to play this. Graphics suck. They're more focused on.
Are they going to do anything to the graphics, or?
From what I read online right now, no, but they are going to support. Excuse me. It was supposed to support Nintendo as well as Super Nintendo games. Kind of like to make it to where it's like a universal.
But why would you do that? Because can't you just take and download the games off? Because I remember when I had a Wii, because there's two games that I really like to play on Nintendo. What was your two favorite games on Nintendo?
Mine, it's I have more than two, but I'll break it down just for two. One of my personal favorites was Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, hands down.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. I was gonna say Contra.
All right, yeah, that.
I guess I'm too young because I don't know. I haven't played games.
Until you experience the 30 life hack for Contra,
yes,
you're not a gamer. Like that is the pinnacle gamer. That up, down, left, right, A, B, select, start. bam, I still remember the hack.
Yep. My second game is Metroid by far.
Oh, that was a good
Justin
game too.
Bailey.
What about Zelda? You got to bring Zelda.
See, here's the thing with Zelda.
Oh, come on. Zelda was good.
He's going to break it down for us.
Zelda was good.
If you let me...
Or 25-minute story. Go ahead.
No, this is going to be a 2-minute story, and you can have a timer on it. With Zelda, it was one of those games where... It's a backstory to it, but I'm going to leave it for another segment, not tonight. I would play that game with my grandmother because she's the one who initially, she raised me. She's the one that bought the console for me, and that was between that and the original Mario that brought Duck Hunt, both of them on one disc, one cartridge. Those were the first games that I've gotten my hands on in years, besides, Coleco, Atari, things of that. But yeah. When it comes to that, those were the two that I liked, was Metroid and... My
favorite thing in Zelda was just to take and hide the bombs in the rocks and try to find the secret passages or the secret stores. I'd just sit there and just bomb. I would actually have it marked of where I stopped so I could just continue bombing, and I just do it again and do it again. But that was definitely... Contra was my favorite by far. And I mean, of course, Super Mario is was fun. It's classic, but Contra was the game. I played so much of that game too. That fire gun or that rapid spread.
Yes.
Oh man, you give me a rapid spread and 30 health. That's it. I'm eating that.
What if they're gonna do that? What I'm curious is to see is, are any of the if you still have access to like the gun or the robot, will that stuff be compatible is the question. Because if it is, people are going to be like, they're going to dust their stuff off, they're going to power it on, they're going to see, like, does this bad boy still got it? So, I mean, it's going to be good to...
They need to do something, though.
Yeah. Like, they have to give it a fresh look. They're going to have to. Because it's like when, when you buy a soda product, they'll... For instance, all right, this is a Pepsi. They give you the new awesome look, same taste. That's not what people want. They want something new. It has to be new. So I'm hoping that when they do release it, maybe they'll upgrade the graphics or make the controls a little bit different. Because from what I've seen, the controls look identical. Rectangular, 4 buttons, D-pad, done. So
they need to. I mean. Upgrade the graphics, even if it's the same game. Like, how cool would it be to play Contra in 1080p or something?
Yeah, right? No, I definitely agree. That'd be amazing. Like, I liked Akari Warriors back in the day.
Or make, like, a multiplayer. Like, imagine if...
See, that would be cool. Like, if they did...
Contra multiplayer.
Like, if they did Contra multiplayer or Akari Warriors or even Excitebike.
Or Double Dragon.
Double Dragon.
Oh, that was a good one.
Ninja Gaiden. You had Kung Fu.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, like...
Kyle's like, I have no idea
Yeah,
what
we might as well be talking in Greek right
Yeah.
now, but...
Legend of Zelda and Super Smash Bros. Were mine.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, so we'll leave Nintendo in the past. All right, the next thing I'd like to talk about is I don't know if you guys heard, but up until I got a message from a reliable source, and the message he sent me, I thought it was just straight BS. I looked at it, I was like, okay, I took it with probably the equivalent of a dump truck worth of salt. not a grain of salt, a dump truck. And this is the message that I'm gonna read to you guys. Sony info at E3 leaked. Hey guys, I'm a low-level code monkey at a Sony studio, and I just had the shittiest day of work, so I'm gonna throw out most of Sony's E3 surprises that I know about. First one, new PS4 model with a larger hard drive, but no disk drive for $300. I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna break all these down when we're done. Hard drive size is being debated at 1 terabyte, but it's still being tossed around in the in the loop. New Naughty Dog game. All I know is that they're getting ready to move people from different apartments. I'm actually applying for one of these positions, so it's probably not another Uncharted game. Here's the next one. Exclusive Final Fantasy 15 content only on PS4. That I'm actually looking forward to. exclusive Phantom Pain content only on PS4, which is good because Metal Gear Solid 5 right now, as it stands, is straight trash. And I'll get into that as well.
Okay.
HD collection of Dark Cloud. There's been a memo floating around about getting back RPG players to Sony. I've heard some rumor only stuff, but this is concrete. PlayStation 4, PlayStation Home, which uses AR, and Demon Souls re-release on the Vita. That's a lot of stuff for Sony to, that's
holding all that stuff for E3.
And mind you, if this is just a fraction, because when they release stuff at E3, usually at GDC is where it's like, bang. E3 is the little teaser, like here's a teaspoon of it, and then at GDC is where here's your plate, here's your main course, enjoy.
Exactly.
So, but on the first
maybe they're planning on splitting some of that up.
Yeah. But on the first one, though, regarding the PlayStation 4 having a larger model regarding the hard drive but no disk drive, I would not be surprised. Here's why. I don't know if you guys remember, but back in August when, Microsoft was hinting at, all right, we're going to do, well, not even August. We'll go back to E3 last year. I forgot the gentleman's name, but when he did the presentation, they had mentioned at launch, or I don't know if he worded at launch, but it was either at launch or after launch, that there was going to do 2 models of the Xbox One. They were going to have one specific for gaming, and they were going to have the second, which was for catering to people, because essentially what they want to do with this console is to have people remove their cable box. They want the Xbox One to be the person's cable box.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that PlayStation's throwing out one like this. Why? Because it would not only be cost effective, but it will also minimize issues with this. Because I don't know if you guys know, I was brought to my attention the other day that the Xbox One cannot be stood vertical. I did not know that. You stand it vertical, the disc goes in 3/4 of the way, it continues spinning and does not go in any further. I was surprised because, the 360, they allowed you horizontal or vertical. So right. I did a little research. I jumped on Microsoft's website, looked at the FAQs, and the reason why they did it is because they did a survey, which I never took part in because I damn sure enough would have voiced my opinion. You know how I am, James. If I got something to say, I'll say it. And 80% of the people who voted all had their console horizontally.
I mean, I always put mine horizontally just because I don't want it to fall over.
Yeah,
I have so many cables, and if I'm pushing my
if you're limited on space, vertical is more. Yeah.
Well, I fit mine under a monitor though, so I really can't.
Yeah.
But so I mean, it should, but yeah, I see. It's not a super big deal
right.
though.
Right.
With regarding the terabyte, though, the hard drive, it's not hard because Xbox finally decided to conform and use a standard laptop hard drive now. Because if you had the original ones, everything
that's going to be good, especially if the games are going to be downloaded.
Exactly. It's not proprietary anymore. If I wanted to, crack that bad boy open, take myself to Best Buy or HH Gregg or whatever's out there. Go slap, a 2 terabyte, stick it in there, call it a day. Granted, void your warranty, but you know what? The console breaks 9 times out of 10. You're not going to get it serviced anyway. You're going to get a new one.
Yeah.
New Naughty Dog game. And you know what? I don't know if you guys have noticed. I follow Naughty Dog on Twitter. Because, at the recent panel at my school, gentleman's name was Keith. I forgot his last name. It starts with a G. He works for Naughty Dog. And when I got a chance to pull him aside when the panel was done, I asked him, and I was like, what's going on over there? He's like, what do you mean? I said, I've been following you guys for the last year. Why are you guys dropping like flies? Why are the writers who did Uncharted gone? Both writers are gone. Then a third person left that helped do Last of Us. And now another person left. So that's 4 people within a month. What's going on over there? Like, what's the downsides? And for the woman who wrote all of the Uncharted games, for her to just get up and walk out and disappear, that's gonna make people's heads turn. Like,
maybe they're gonna hire Snoop Dogg.
Who? So now I'll break down the last three really quickly. Final Fantasy 15. I've first played it on PlayStation, so it should be content only, as well as Metal Gear. I initially played Metal Gear on the first PlayStation. You know, we go back in time.
I played the first one.
Right. But, you know, granted, because it was PlayStation only at the time, there should be some benefits from its home court, you know? Now, the HD collection of Dark Cloud, I mean, that'll be good because kind of like a throwback with, like, how they did with Resident Evil and some of those games where, you know, if you got it on a certain console, you reap the benefits of said console.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with regarding the PlayStation Home, which uses the AR, you know that they're leaning towards this Oculus Rift now. And all the consoles are doing this virtual reality stuff. Why? Because 3D is no more. They still make 3D TVs, but if you notice, they're not mentioning it anymore.
Right.
The whole hype of 3D is gone. So they're trying to give this virtual reality thing again. When the Hall of Fame was at my school last month, they had a Hall of Fame event. And, you know, you go to a lot of different functions. You get to meet people. You know, they had different technology you could try. I actually got to sit my happy ass down on Oculus Rift. And let me tell you, it works. It really does work. Like, you know, I got to play with it for about 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And when it was done, I literally, you know, I'm one of those where I break everything down. I'm logical when it comes to that. You know, I looked at timing. I looked at response.
No way.
I looked at this prick. Visualist. I looked at the visual side of it. I looked how, you know, how's it going to work in a home, especially when kids want to get a hold of it. And you know what? It's the real deal. So if PlayStation, you know, Xbox, if they want to go that route, if they follow Oculus Rift, even though Facebook just bought them out, stand by for it because it's going to be a fun ride.
Well, that's your gaming news right there from the great one.
News. Yep.
Broke down and everything.
Yeah, that was
How do you guys feel about what I just said?
Which piece?
Well, what out of all that info, which would be the one that would be most appealing to either and or both you guys?
Go, take it away, Kyle.
Well, with the PlayStation stuff, doesn't really affect me. I'm not a PlayStation guy at all, so I guess just the Oculus Rift thing. I want to try it. I think PewDiePie did something about it a while back. I'm not too sure. But you know, I've always, even when I was little, I liked the whole virtual thing. So I think virtual gaming should definitely like start up as soon as possible because I'm ready for it.
I think the world is too.
I remember there was this game that I used to go to this little arcade, and there was this game, and I have no idea what the name of it was, but you put this dome thing like over your head.
Oh,
and it had, these handles on it here, and
I remember that.
It was something I remember. It was like on a beach or something, and you would like try to shoot people, but like if you wanted to see behind you, you had to literally like turn this thing around, you know, to see behind you. So when you watch people play it, I mean, you look like an idiot because you're like spinning around and you're trying to shoot people and stuff, and you could like move it and all your things are on there. But like that would be kind of fun to, you know, if Call of Duty ever. I mean, I'm sure it never would because you would need that in your house, but it would be cool like you went to an event or something and they had, you know, something like that. I mean, I think I don't know, the Nintendo things, that sounds awesome if they do something different. If not, it's, you know,
wasted money.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure you could probably still find a Nintendo if you know, but I thought you could just get them off the Wii. I mean, when I got the Wii, I mean the interaction thing was kind of cool only because I had it hooked up to a projector, so it played it 10 feet by 10 feet on my wall. So that made like the baseball game and everything a lot more fun.
It makes you feel like honestly, you're actually in it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was funny as hell when I opened the door, you know, like if I got a pizza or something, because they would just sit there and be like, what? And so that was fun. But I mean, I mainly got it because I wanted to play Contra, I wanted to play Zelda, I wanted to play, you know, these games that, you know, from the old Nintendo. So, and it was fun playing Contra on a wall. I mean, that actually made it something different, you know. So I think if they do something different, I might be interested in buying it. The other games I don't play. I only play COD, so like that really doesn't affect me. You said something about the Vita, but you never broke it down what you were gonna say. But I mean, that would be. I think there should be more interaction. Like I thought this whole new console and stuff, you were gonna be able to like take the Vita and then, you know, but I don't really know anyone that does that or know what it does to why I would buy a Vita. Like honestly, I don't know why I'd buy a Vita because I don't know what it would do.
The way they explain the Vita, and this was back at my days with Best Buy. With the Vita, it was supposed to where if you were using the Vita, you can take, you know, said game. Let's say, all right, you know, MLB The Show. You can take MLB The Show, and if me and you were playing at home, hey, I gotta head to school real quick. You know, I have to turn on a project or something. I could take said game, plug it into my Vita, you know, walk to school, or whenever I get to school, I can just jump right back into the action and keep playing with you. That's, in theory, that's the way it was supposed to work. However,
yeah, but you play multiplayer on Vita. Can I hop on and play Call of Duty on Vita?
Yeah, because they have Call of Duty on Vita, but it doesn't work the way it should. Like if you're using it on the PlayStation, you can't just drop and go.
But can I play multiplayer
on the Vita? They say you can, but I've never.
I mean, that's the thing.
Never
like,
had a reason to, because it would be
like,
cool.
Well, I mean, if I can hook it up, if I get, you know, if I can connect to a Wi-Fi or something, and I can sit up in the food court in the mall and play around a Call of Duty, that would
They have certain Vitas that have kind of like the iPads where they have you pay the monthly subscription for the 3G or 4G now. So they don't limit you to a Wi-Fi signal, but it's not worth the hype. Like honestly, you're better off going with the 3DS. Like if somebody was to go to the portable side of the house, the 3DS would be not only the most cost efficient, but the best fun factor.
Speaking of fun factor, I think after all that, we should go to a commercial break.
I definitely agree.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll be right back. This is episode 2.5. And make sure you are following us on Twitter. We've already got a few subscribers since the beginning of this episode. Maybe we should start tweeting these people or give them a shout-out over the podcast or something, you know, if they tweet. That'd be kind of cool. So, all right, we'll be right back. And we're going to talk about – I have no idea. What are we going to talk about? Oh, I got a funny story. I got a funny story about a way that you can get a fine that you probably don't know that you can actually get a fine. We'll see if they can guess what it is. We'll be right back. I'm Mr. JameZtown. Great one. Kyle, see you in a second.
How's it going, everybody? Great one here. Currently a student at Full Sail learning how to make video games, and this is my story. Want to find out more? Be sure to sub to me on YouTube, Mark Anthony AMA, and on Twitter, so you can catch up with the latest news. Great1718. Deuces.
Welcome back, guys. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the show. I'm Mr. JameZtown, joined with the Great One and Kyle. And we're pretty much wrapping things up, but we had one quick little topic. I don't know if you guys heard this, but there's a few cities actually throughout the country that's implementing this law. And you can, I'm pretty sure Great One may have to kind of change his dressing habits after this one, but you can actually get a ticket if your pants are too low. So, you know, I don't know, when we were at the COD regionals there, you know, he had him down to his ankles, I think. That didn't sound right. But so that's how many you got. That's how you got so many followers over COD regionals.
This guy.
But So you can actually get a ticket, not only like have to pay a fine, but community service. Like I saw as much as $100 and 10 to 20 hours community service.
That's great.
Wow.
Just for having your pants too low. Which I'll tell you, if they're gonna implement this law in Orlando, if you'll please go to the Walmart in Sanford, you can meet your whole month's quota right there.
They need to hit the one up on Castleberry as well.
Yeah, just pretty much just go to the Walmart.
Go to Walmart.
But yeah, so I'm so glad they're doing this because I don't know, I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. I don't understand the purpose of it. I don't understand.
Do you originally know, either one of you guys, where it originally started, and what's the actual real meaning behind?
Didn't it start in like prisons or something like that, and it means like the prisoners were like open for sex or something like that?
Very good. 2 points.
Yeah, you know what? Originally, I was gonna say it allows you to air out your pants should you cause an accident or release some gas. But then when you started to say prison, then I remembered, yes, that was,
Yep.
But I don't understand. Why would I want to walk around saying, hey, I'm open to...
You know what's funny? I tried it at home for, I want to say maybe 2 hours. Because I wanted to see, all right. I did. I'll be flat out. I tried it at home to see what the hype was. I was uncomfortable as shit. I was like, I'm good. I'm good. Like, there's a reason why your pants are meant to sit on your waist as opposed to, because how do let's say you go to a store, or let's say God forbid something happens, let's say there's an emergency or bomb threat, you're at work and you have your pants underneath your ass. How are you supposed to run effectively out of a building? Or if you have an emergency, your daughter got hit by a car or something, or whatever the case may be, you have an emergency and you have to get somewhere. How are you getting there with your pants hanging off your ass?
Well,
Please
I don't know, because
if you guys are out there watching this video, feel free to tweet us and inform us, one, what's comfortable about it, and two, is this just another fad, like how people wore the pacifiers, the backwards pants, the inside out hat, or please feel free to tweet us, give us your input on it, and we'll definitely, I would love to have one of you guys as a guest on our show explaining why you do it. I mean, because that would definitely, to hear it from the horse's mouth would be great.
I did see one reason. I would personally never do this, but I was watching, I forget who posted it on Twitter, and it was like a little 5-second video, and it was, I think they were Puerto Rican or something, and this guy comes up and he's like punching this guy right outside his trailer, real upscale neighborhood, and while he's punching him, this guy, all he had on was a pair of basketball shorts. Like, he had no shirt on and just a pair of basketball shorts. And they were like the real long ones. And right when this dude punches this guy and he's about to get his ass whipped, he just takes his pants off and starts running at him butt naked. And the guy just runs away. Like, it literally, it shows, if I find the video, I'll retweet it. And you'll see, follow GamerZlounge TV on Twitter and you'll be able to see the video. But literally, like, it showed you see his penis like flapping in the wind, and if you, it's funny because he actually has like it's fucking tiny. Like, I feel sorry for the dude because, let's go through this guy's day, right? He's getting beat up outside his own trailer. I'm assuming it's his trailer, right?
Right.
And he then drops his pants in front of the entire neighborhood. It's now recorded on the internet, and he has a small penis. That's a bad day.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like a pre, in case I'm gonna get my ass beat. My pants are already halfway down, and I can use this tactic. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it like
somebody's gonna fight a naked man?
That's what happened. This guy just walked away. It's like a 5-second video. He punched him once. The dude just dropped his pants. And then just.
In that case, I might have whipped my junk out and just straight peed on him. You're not gonna mess with somebody who's peeing. Hell no. He got that shit aimed in my direction. I'm going the opposite way. I'm not trying. Would you punch it naked? If you were in the middle of a fight and he took his pants off, would you still punch him? If my life depended on it?
No, you were just it looked like there was some type of argument. I mean, there's no weapons or anything like that. It wasn't like the guy like smacked him and punched him like once, so they weren't like bleeding or anything like that. Would you punch him?
A small little scuffle? Nah, I probably would walk off. I'd be like, you know what?
Walk off? I'd haul ass.
You got it. Like, you got it. I'd be the one where I slowly step back, still facing him. Like, you got it, and just I'm out.
What do you do, Kyle? Someone's talking trash to you, and
he just instantly pulls down his pants, butt ass naked. I would literally get the fuck out of there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty funny. I'll have to find that video, and I'll retweet it. But I just thought it was, so that you were saying if there is a reason, I guess that could, if I was to say there is a reason. But I mean, I think I really hope that Florida does it. I actually heard it on the news. I forget which station here in Florida, so maybe it's something they're trying to pass. I mean, we got to pass our marijuana law, I guess, first, but
yeah, right.
We got to work on our priorities here. But I mean, I think it's great. I mean, and what's cool or what's neat about it is they actually have like kind of two different, like if you're under 18, then you get like community service and things like that, and the fine's like $25. If you're an adult, they actually fine you more and more hours of community service. So
yeah, because they figure that at your age you would use some of that acquired common sense, if you will, and not do something as severe as walk around with your ass hanging off your pants. No, they definitely don't allow it at my school. I'll tell you that much. If security sees you with your ass hanging out of your pants, they make you pick up your pants.
Oh, the other day I work at the Millennium Mall, and I see these two security officers. Like, you would think that the food court was on fire or something. They were running and to tell this guy to pull his pants up.
Good. You know what?
That mall. Do you ever go to Millennium Mall? I know you live in Orlando by me, but do you ever go to Millennium Mall?
Yes, I've gone a few times. Well, not recently, but in the last year, I've gone over there.
Okay, I worked there. Let me tell you how bad it is at that mall, right? You have to, if you're an employee there, you have to park in a certain spot. If you don't park in that, basically it's the back half of the parking lot, and there's double lines. If you park on the other side, they will fine you. They'll give you a ticket for parking in that spot, okay? If you're FedEx, UPS, any type of delivery person, you're not allowed to walk in the mall. They have tunnels behind the stores, and you have to deliver everything. They put a trespass against a FedEx delivery guy because he was going to deliver something, and he had his cart or whatever, and they gave him a trespassing warning.
It's probably for safety issues. I mean... No,
they don't want it in the mall. There's no kiosks. There's no kiosks in the mall. They're like they're too upscale. They don't want any of that. They're like, no.
Well, you gotta figure it's a ritzy part of town. Like
yeah.
Like even when I went over there to their Best Buy over there to go pick up, I ordered something and it wasn't available in my store, so I went out there, and I was just like wow,
It's nice, but it's borderline annoying. Like working there, it's borderline annoying. I mean, there's more security officers than which is good, but it's like I don't even honestly ever see anyone steal anything. But to not even be able to have a freaking FedEx, like you can't even, I don't know. It's just it's funny. So, but yeah, that mall is super strict, and if they see your pants, that's it. It will be all over that. So, all right, is that going to be a wrap for the show?
Yep.
Anybody else have anything to say, or what you got going on your channel, Great One? You got some?
I posted a video. All right, if you guys get a chance, go to youtube.com/MarkAnthonyAMA. I'm working on getting the Great 1718 changed over, or just go in the search engine, type in Great 1718. I finally saw the advanced warfare because apparently modern is just not modern enough to where they had to go advanced with this thing. I saw the video, and no, I didn't do a breakdown of it. I just put my input with regards to what I hope the game's possibilities are, as well as I kind of made like a mini wish list. I am going to do a more in-depth wish list later on now that I'm situated in the new place. But feel free to check out that video. Post in the comment section what you guys feel Advanced Warfare is going to be like. Anything that you guys may or want or don't want to be brought back from the previous COD games, that would be nice. Kill confirmed, you know. But, you know, just, yeah, feel free to put that in the comment section. And I do read all the comments. And I'm definitely planning on starting a Q&A session here. I do have ask.com, so if you want, feel free to ask me a question on there. It's the real great 1718. And I will definitely get back to you guys on that one. But other than that, I mean, that's that.
On my channel, you know what I'm gonna do this week? I want to work on streaming. I don't know what it is. I gotta get the. You could hear my party chat you were saying yesterday. So I want to work on getting the stream up and running. I want to get back into live comms.
Yeah, whoever was in your party, you could hear him. You heard him low, but you did hear the conversation. Because I know it was you and like, what was it, 2 to 3 other people? Because I remember watching the mini map.
Yeah, I had about 5 people with me. So.
All right, so you could definitely hear the conversation like amongst you guys. So that's a good step. At least PlayStation's got that right, because Xbox One, they want you to use Skype, which is
it's a whole ordeal. Like you have to use 2 microphones, and it's ridiculous. But I want to work on the live comms. I want to work on getting that, and I don't know. I just got to start uploading some more. Work's been crazy, but I'm going to be trying to get the uploads back on there. So what you got playing this week, Kyle? You making us some more graphics?
Yeah, vlogs definitely, and graphics all over my channel. What's that?
You should take and just make like a quick video, even if it just had like just like a montage of the graphics you made.
He can do a speed sculpt or a speed draw. How they
speed art?
Speed art, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, something like that. And you could just have like number 1, number 2, number 3, just like a video with like some music kind of behind it, and then we could take and link it and have people vote, like a montage. I think it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, just so other people can see it. You spend all the time doing it.
Yeah. I also just started a portfolio kind of thing, and that's AdvisoryNote.deviantart.com.
Oh, yes. I have to check that out, because we use DeviantArt at my school, and they're really good.
I just started it, so I'm kind of adding some stuff. I'm going to be adding stuff daily on there, so definitely check that out. My YouTube channel is youtube.com/AdvisoryNote, so go check that out. I don't know if you'll be able to find it if you search it in the search engines, so good luck with that.
Well, there'll be links in the description, and send me that link too, and I'll add it to the description as well. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do it. It's just twitter.com/MrJames, or what is it, Mr.JameZtown? I think it is. I don't know. I have like 3 of them. But check out my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/MrJameZtown. Or you can go to my website, JameZtown.com, and links to everything, including the show, is there as well. So that's going to wrap up this episode, and this was a good one. I look forward to, we're going to start doing it every Wednesday, and of course we'll upload the segments throughout the week. So if you don't have time to watch the entire show, you can take in and you can just find the bits and pieces that you want to watch. And make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Let us know that you're enjoying the show. Leave any comments about, positive feedback, what we can do to improve, because we are always looking to improve. So,
free graphics if you subscribe.
Free graphics. Oh, there we go. We should do like an auction. Like maybe you could see. It'd be cool if you could like draw some, like do something on like in the background while we're chatting about something. I don't know. So lots of stuff planned, but
and you have the great one recording this, so that way we have audio.
We have audio. And which is great. So, all right, guys, we will catch you guys later. See you next week. Thanks so much for watching. Hit the thumbs up button and subscribe.
Deuces.
Deuces.
Deuces.